Okay. It is Saturday night. Saturday night, very late for me. 8:16 p.m. on a Saturday, February 19th. And I am ready for these festivities. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I know one thing for certain that we are live and we're going to do this. I'm going to hit the intro. Let's do it. Where's the intro? Come on. Saturday night. You can be. There you go. Boom.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I should do something with this light just to make it look more like ominous, brighter. Oh, there you go. Family Frog is here. Oh, yeah, we're all here. Look at this. How does this look for a nighttime boom? We usually don't have this too often. I expect that my audio is going on through, and I expect that I am being seen. Shout out to Family Frog. They are still in the squeaky earth since yesterday. Since yesterday noon, they spent the night here. Can you believe that? And it's like out and about in the streets. But they were checking on me. They were keeping an eye on the neighborhood right here. So it's okay to have the Frog family chilling out here. I want to thanks so much to all of the new members. I woke up today earlier. I go like, woohoo! Membership is activated, and dude, it's been overwhelming. I got nine members already. One of those being the latest one is the man, a troll god, is here with us by the name of Howard Moore. Holy shit, we have a solid new member in the house. But I want to give a proper thank you. We got 9 members. Mr. Victory's Radio. I'm going to mention the smart responsible trolls. Who are the smart responsible trolls? Mr. Victory's Radio is a smart responsible troll. Also, Parabindu, RT96. Those are the 3 smart responsible trolls. Now we got some responsible trolls. We got a bunch of responsible trolls by the name of Citizen 9, Dora Unku, Martin, Earth is Live, and Farmer's Boy, and the man, a troll god, Howard Moore. You are crazy, Howard. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Everybody, man, thank you so much. So I see the icons. It's kind of a squeaky earth type of thing. I have to do certain adjustments. I might switch that for flip-flops like I used to have before. But I think I'm gonna keep the squeaky earth type of thing. I just need to clean the edges a little bit. Thank you so much, guys. It's a late boom. We have a bunch of people watching, 8 people watching right now. Hell yeah. Actually, 7. Is Saturday night fight in UFC. I couldn't afford to keep the ESPN Plus on, so I'm gonna miss the fights. Oh well, I'll stay here and I hang out with you for a little bit. In the chat box, we got Citizen 9, a late live boom. Yes. Ortiz Live is here. Tweet, what up, boomers? It's good to see you. Tweet, I missed you. Howard Moore, the troll god. JT Davis 62. You see me, you hear me. Yeah, I must be CGI. We have in the house Marcus Dresden. What is a late boom? I mean, what a late boom. Quantum Degreaser, hails to the yeah. Shout out to Quantum Degreaser. Good to see you. Okay, the high IQ, Flexpert responsible troll is here. We can start now. Hails to the yeah. This is blinding me. Is a little bit of overwhelming brightness. I'll leave it. I'll leave it a low illumination just for me over here. I need to know. I don't know if the notification works. I really been working on trying to activate the notifications for super chats, now the membership for subscribers, but it doesn't seem to be working over here on the Streamlabs. Now I'm not sure. It can work, but I cannot verify it. So I'm gonna need somebody to do something here, to hit me up with a little something. Either become a member, or you can hit me up with like $1 super chat or something, just to make sure to see if a notification shows up. It's all I need to know for real. Phil Blacka, easy man. Good to see you, Phil Blacka. Where in the fuck have you been, man? Marcus Dresden, 2:22 in the morning. Holy hell, yeah, you crazy man. It's late for you, man. Just shut it down. Go to sleep, bro. Watch it tomorrow. Go to sleep. I have a I have my energy drinking here. I have to pour into this thingy. And today, Saturday, boom night. It is the main topic is a how to do stuff. Okay. Pouring the energy drink a little too much. Tweet is asking how things are going. Oh, look at that big ass notification. Hell yeah, Earth is live. Super chat $5. Boom. We got Bandit, who just became a responsible troll. Boom. Yo, tweet with a gigantic 1999. Hey, what is it? Where's the giant tweet with super chat? Does this thing work? Giant 1999 super chat by tweet. Holy hell! What the hell, man? I need to fix that. I need to click. I need to. There you go! Fuck yeah! Shout out to the Queen tweet giant. Thank you, guys. New responsible troll. We got a $5 super chat. We got a 1999 by the tweet. Silent applause and a very quiet squeaky earth because it's late in here. But I need to do it. You guys are awesome. You see that? That's what I like. Whew. That was a rush, man. That was a rush. Tweet asked, "What things are we going to learn? What things are we gonna learn how to do things tonight?" Jose JG, that is a great question. Yes, the super chat work. That is a great question. Phil Black Eyes being ill, bringing up blood. 12 big people, 12 watching. All right. how to do things. The first thing we're going to show you is how to use Google Meets, which is the platform that we are using today. And I'll explain to you. If you are in a PC or a laptop, all you have to do is click on that link that I am throwing in the YouTube chat box that I typed join here. You are going to click on that link. That link will open a new Windows tab on your PC or laptop. On your computer. You're going to say computer, right? That link that I'm going to post in there is going to open a new window on your computer. And then it's going to ask you for your credentials to log in on Google. And if you are already logged in on Google using your Gmail account, it's going to tell you you're about to join this call. Are you sure you want to click here and join this call? Before you click to join the call, you have to make sure that the Google account that you are logged in into will be presenting the username that you want everybody to see. If I'm using an account that the name is Julio Mendoza, I'm going to click on the Google Meet and it's going to open. I'm going to be logged in on the Julio Mendoza. And before I click join, I say like, wait, I don't want people to know that my name is Julio Mendoza, for example. Then I must switch the account and log in the correct account because your name will show on the screen on the YouTube for all the interwebs to see. So make sure that you're using the correct account. Then when you are logging, you click join, and then the host, that's me, will either allow you to come into the call or deny the entrance to you to the call. So it's easy. Computer users, you will click on the Google Meets link that I threw in the YouTube chat box. You make sure that you are logged in into the correct account, and then you join the festivities. On an Android phone, if you have never used Google Meet, you must first go to the Google Play Store. You search for Meets, Meets. You're gonna see the Google Meets logo is like a little camera logo with a yellow on the top, blue on the left, a little green on the right, and like a little old school camera. It's just Meets. And then the description will say Google Meets. You install that on your Android phone, and then you you go in there, you go in the app, you log in, and you are in. That's it. You close the app, and then you come into the Google. You click on the link and join the Google Meets via your Android phone. Thank you so much. When did I buy a lion? Have I bought a lion? Whoa. I got two frogs. I got the squeaky frogs. I see Professor Phil Bell in the house. I see Trillian in the house. Thank you so much. So Android users install Meets from the Google Play Store. It's free. And then come over here to YouTube, click on the link and join, and you will be in the festivities. Computer users, click on the link and join. Now I'm gonna show you how to share a show. How to share a show. So how to share a show, I'm gonna share a screen over here. And I'm gonna share this screen, this tab. Okay, so you should be seeing what I see right now. How to share a show. The easier way is go to the search bar in the top of your browser. You click and you click copy, right? And then you go to Discord, the Discord of your choosing. You go to Discord, you type the at symbol, you type in everyone, and then you paste that link on there. When you hit enter, it's gonna tell you, hold up, you're about to send this message to a shitload of people. That's what I mean. I want to share the show. I want people to know that we are live. But I need to edit the message because I did the at symbol, everyone, and then I have to type in live. And now I am ready to share the show. There you go, and that is shared on my Discord server, the Daily Boom. And I am going to check the PayPal, which I am not. I'm gonna stop sharing, which I will not share with you, because Citizen9 says, Jose, look down at your peepee. So let me look down at my PayPal over here. When he say look at my peepee, I make an adjustment and then I go to my PayPal. And I see that there is money on my PayPal via Citizen9 with $6.55. Thank you so much. That is a very odd, specific number. Thank you so much, Citizen9. And it's better to connect with you, with your PP, Jose. It's better to connect with your PP, Jose. You get a much better experience. Oh, you know it, brother. That was so creepy from me. That was you know it. Wink. Thank you so much, brother. Hey, via PayPal, I get like everything that you guys wanna share with me. So if you would like to support, PayPal is the best choice. And then we got super chats and memberships. Very, very, really appreciate it, guys. That's awesome. I just saw the replay of that and I look weird, odd, and creepy. Shout out to Citizen Diamond. What do we have? What am I gonna teach you on how to do things? I'm gonna teach you how to screen share. But for that, I need to screen share. So how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna share my entire screen. I haven't shared my entire screen in such a fucking long time. Okay, this is the setup I got over here. This is the setup I got over here on my laptop. It's gonna be a little Inception-ish. No meant to sound creepy. Yeah, right. Thank you, brother. That's good. That's good. Hey, is that frog trapped in the globe line? Yeah, the frog is trapped in the squeaky earth. Yeah, man, come on. Come on. Tweet is a show off. I didn't read that comment from Earth is Life earlier. Oh, tweet. Oh. Earth is Life said you a show off because you gave me a bigger super chat. Okay, we got the full screen right here. And you just see me scrolling up over here in the chat box. This is what I got going on my setup. I got the little chat box in here. I got this going on. I'm watching something else right here. I'm watching something else. But if I would like to screen share, all I need to do is on Google Meet on the computer, you will click on this big button right here, and it's going to ask me to stop presenting because I'm already presenting. But if I was not presenting, it will say present your screen now. You click on that. No, it's going to ask you to present. Oh, I gotta stop. I gotta see what the options are. Present. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so when you are asked to share, you press that button and it's gonna ask you, it says present in the top. And then it asks you your entire screen, a window, or a tab. And that is what you are going to click. But I cannot just tell you how to do things without visuals. So I'm gonna show you a visual of what option will be showing. So the option that will be showing is this. When I click on present something, this is what it will show me. Present my entire screen. That is what you guys were seeing with my little chat box, my setup over here. You can present a window. So if you have a video playing on an external video player outside the Google, the interwebs, you have a video playing, you have an audio player playing, you have a game window open. That's the one you click to choose what window you would like to present, or present a tab is just a tab, an extra tab from the Google browser, YouTube Google browser. And it's that easy. Now you know how to do the Google Meets thing. Now all you need to do is click on the link and join. Let's see if anybody take the bait. The bait. Oh man. Carl Christopherson is here. Shout out to Carl Christopherson. Gary Webenga showed up. He says, Good day. Good day, everyone. I just checked and the Earth has not rotated or orbited one single inch in any direction since the last show. Whee! Gary Webenga. Fueling! Howard Moore is fueling. What is that? Fueling. Oh, scary. Sounds like fire. Gary is a crash hermit. Hell, Gary is a crash helmet, says Phil Black. How do you mean? Gary cannot be an inanimate object. He must be a moving object. I need to do an Arwin, so I'm gonna need to do an Arwin. No, I need to do a better Arwin. The Arwin. Hold on. Hey, Shadow Man. You son of a bitch. I'm gonna lose viewers. I'm sorry about that. Oh, and I like what I was saying. Sorry about that. I was like burping, like sorry about that, like a demon. Oh, man. Saturday night, everybody's watching movies with the family. Everybody's chilling and watching the fights, the UFC, watching all kinds. And then I'm here like an ass bowling, and there's like 15 people of you over here also hanging with me. Hey, it's all good. Don't leave me alone, guys. Somebody have to click on the link and join, man. Don't do that to me. That's so messed up. I'm just not sure if I'm even logging into the correct account here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm logging into the correct account. You see, Gary and I now have more in common than ever. We all drink NAS, man. I've been drinking NAS for years. For years. When I don't drink NAS for a few days, I get like sick. I get sick. It's the opposite of drinking energy drinks every day. Should make you sick, but not really. It's make me sick not to drink it. This is cool, man. This is really cool. This is very very appreciated, guys. On having you all hanging out here with me, man. I really appreciate it. Eric, I see you, Eric Spalding. What's up? Okay, Gary Webenga. How about Citizen 9? Do you want to address Citizen 9? Because Citizen 9 just watched Orion do that last night at the 15 degrees an hour. How about that? Because if you watch the stars and all the good stuff, you can measure the rotation, the movement of the Earth. So how to determine if the Earth is rotating? This is another how to. Well, you look at the stars, or you look at the sun, or you look at the moon. You look up. Don't you go like the, you don't look up. Don't you do the don't look up. Do look up. You do look up at the sun and the moon and the stars. And unless those stars are paid by NASA, there will be a movement of 15 degrees per hour. So is it easier that everything in the sky, all those lights are just moving? Or is it easier and makes more sense that where we are standing is moving? I mean, if you add it up, if everything is moving in the skies, it will be really strange, really weird, right? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't compute. Now, I say, you know what? You got a point. It could be everything moving above us. But why, when a flying object is shot from the earth, if you shoot a rocket into the all the way up outside the earth thin atmosphere, the earth actually rotates because we can see it. So what is the best evidence for the earth to rotate? Well, I can't go to a rocket. I can go hop in a rocket and shoot myself. I'm not bad, Mad Mike. Right? Nothing. Boom. Shout out to Mad Mike. Rest in peace. Can do that, but we can see the others, right? There was a rocket launch earlier. I think I heard. Wow. It's after 8:30. I guess Leo's in bed. Leo's might be in bed. I shouted to it. Oh man, that's funny. Uh, yeah, are you guys really gonna leave me alone here? It's okay. I can. You can ask me questions if you wanna. Either just tag me and type it. But if you want to support, with your coming questions or concerns, you can hit me up either on PayPal or Super Chat. And remember, guys, the membership is activated, so please support with as low as $2.99 a month, $3 a month. You guys can really support the channel. There's four offers: the $3, the $10, $25, and $50. $50. Howard Moore is a troll god. He took the highest amount, and Howard Moore actually has a lot of perks now. He has a lot of perks because he get access to a lot of things. He can request topics. He can request me to play, specific videos, to contact other content creators, do collaborations. Howard Moore has a lot of pull now on asking me to do stuff for his entertainment. And I should comply because he's actually, a very big supporter of the channel. So that's really good, Howard. I appreciate it. And you got really good ideas. I cannot wait till you tell me for real. Hey, Jose, I found this link. You want to maybe entertain it, or maybe try to get a whole or Blue or somebody like that, and tell me about a little bit about this specific. That's good, man. Howard is cool. And not only that, Howard Moore get two drawings, two drawings made by me. So whenever you are ready, Howard, before your month is over, at any time you request your two drawings, and your drawing will be of whatever you want me to draw. If it's a YouTube character, if it's a cartoon character, if it's for somebody, if it's if it's a pet, if you got a picture of somebody that you want to draw, anything that you would like to draw, I will really do my best to to give you the best result possible. I am I am not the best artist, but I am an okay guy drawing stuff. I'll draw it by pencil or color pencils and stuff. So I'll do my best to give you the best final result possible. However more you're listening, you got two free drawings, man. Use them wisely. And then those two drawings, you will have them mailed to you. Now, for those that would like to be, for those who would like to be, the troll members, you'll still get your drawings. Now, if it's up to you, if you want to share and give me your address personally on a Discord or via email or something. If you want to give me your address, then that is up to you. It's kind of a trust thing. You guys gotta trust me that I'm not gonna do anything weird with your address. And then I will really send you those drawing, physical drawing for you. And if you don't want that, well, I will keep that physical drawing for me, and you will get a high quality picture with like really big that you gotta you can zoom in like really detailed. So I'll send you a high quality picture. Shout out to that. Have anybody got any let me see, where's that drawing? I drew the Einstein thing that I drew that was really good. Have anybody got the Einstein drawing that I can share with the people that haven't seen it? I don't know. I just lost it somewhere. Art. Did I put it in the art room? I might have. I should it. I should have put the drawings that I do over here a picture because that's art. In the Discord server, the Daily Boom is an art room that everybody can post your your art. It could be music, it could be drawing, it could be acting, anything that you want. That's the art room in the Daily Boom Discord server. All right, I guess I don't have it available. Be sure to get your NFT. I am good at drawing, says Marcus. Thank you, brother. Howard Moore, you'll join when you're through feeling good, good. Love your art. I'll frame and display with pride. Very good, Howard. Looking forward to see what's on your mind for your first drawing. And that drawing will be drawn live on a show on a daytime. Of course, nighttime we are. So I'll set up my little, I'll set up over here in this table. I'll try to get a little camera, squeaky earth view from the top down, so you can get a little corner of me drawing, and I'll show in the big screen the progress every once in a while until the drawing is all solid and done. That's cool. I think that's a nice perk. It's actually something physical that you will get. So the $25 members, you'll get one drawing per month, and the God troll member, the man like Howard Moore will get two drawings a month, plus all kinds of other stuff. I'm gonna do every once in a while. I'll do a members only a little live show. Sometimes I sit in here for a few hours doing the little compilation clips that I do, the funny clips. So every once in a while, I'll just go live and I'll share my screen, like, and you guys see what I'm doing, and I'll be there, like, reading your comments and hanging out. Instead of doing it alone, I'll guess maybe somebody sitting watching me and commenting with me in the chat box and giving me ideas too. That's the whole idea. You guys should give me ideas on the little projects that I will be working on. It is very strange to do a show at this time, like for real. It was supposed to be earlier today. I was really busy early. I was gonna do it a little later, early in the afternoon, but I saw that another channel with most of my audience are subscribed to went live, and I didn't want to, take anybody away. Not that people was gonna come and watch me instead of him, but maybe one or two people maybe wanted to listen to something different, and have an opportunity of a possible shit show that was gonna happen. Now, I would like to challenge anybody for one-on-one here with me. It's up to you to join and propose your topic. But remember, the topic cannot be politics nor health. Those heavy, controversial topics that YouTube is hitting some channels very hard with, I just avoid it 100%. I don't even want to mention the big C. I can say cunt, but I cannot talk about the big C. Wink. Shout out to Paul. I see you, Paul. Paul say, how about a drawing of flat earthers playing their favorite sport, dodgeball? That's really cool, man. Citizen 9 says, strange to see you in the dark. has the sun disappeared into a tiny dot. Dude, I saw the sun going behind the house. I bet if I climb my roof, the sun is over there like a little pinprick still over there, like, or maybe moving over here because he's gonna start. The sun went sunrise. It went over my head and it went behind the house. I bet if I climb inside the house, I see a little pinprick over there, and then I keep seeing the sun maybe go around and around and around all the way above all the houses, and then all of a sudden, poof, grow really big and then become a sunrise again. Be really big in the same specific size, but then when it reaches the sunset segment, it's gonna become a very, 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 very tiny pinprick, and it's gonna go very tiny away. That if I keep looking at it, it will go really, really tiny around, and then when it reaches the horizon, it's gonna go poof, it's going to grow really big and it's going to appear to come from the top to the bottom. It's going to appear to come from the horizon, but it's just a tiny pinprick becoming a half moon from the top down, coming up from the what the fuck am I eating it? Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, what the fuck, man? Flat Earth is really thin because Lemonberg told us the path of the sun. You got the sunrise and then you got the sunset, and then before it goes under the horizon, it's gonna go around and around and around and around and around. Then it's gonna come back up again, and it's gonna come back up, it's gonna come back up, and then it's gonna go around and around. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that even mean? Like, can you believe that? Man, what the hell? Shit. What the hell? Very night, boom, Brad Wegner. Indeed, we do. We have one here. And this is an open panel. Just everybody want to leave, let me be today. I don't know. I don't think they want to. They want to interrupt my flow of me like blabbing and ranting here with you guys. No, it's gonna be somebody's gonna come from the inside like, the fuck, man, shut the fuck up, man. I'm trying to sleep or something. I think I'm speaking very loud. I'm not even realizing. I'm a little bit deaf because I wear headphones for like long hours, and when I'm not in the show and I'm everywhere, I got Bluetooth headphones like the same style, little black headphones. They're really tight, and I put them really loud, and I cannot hear very well. Shit, indeed. Oh, Secret G is here. That's crazy. Bend the light. What up? Got a little bit left. Did I throw a cigarette butt in this? I don't know, man. I guess I didn't, just to make sure. Ah, this is clean. Very, very clean. All right. Yeah, it is right now 8:58 p.m. Look at that. We have been live for how long we've been live? 38 minutes now. Oh, hell yeah, we got a new member in the house. Brad Wegner just became a responsible troll. Thank you so much, Brad Wegner. You should get a big whoop whoop somewhere in here. It's gonna show up. Wait for it. Little surprise should appear. Damn it, you son of a bitch. Come on. Brad Wegner, thank you for your support. I really, 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 really appreciate it, man. You're awesome. And now I added the first four emojis that when you click on the emoji thingy on the phone or the computer, you should have four personalized emojis that the members can use. You got a troll, you have a parrot, you get a boom, and you get a CGI. That's the beginning. I accept requests on what else would you like me to add as a special emojis for the members to use. And that icon next to your name will be a squeaky earth. I need to sharpen the edges. I need to do a little adjustment around the edges. But it should work. Oh, man, I got how do I do a transparent? How do I do a PNG transparent around it? That is just the little globe. I don't know how to do it, man. Gary, have you joined yet? Have you? Do you become a member yet, Gary Webenga? You should become a member, bro. Extra J, I see you. What's up? Oh shit! I gotta rejoin this kick-ass channel as member. Bendy Light, hey, do it, man. Now you got. There are 4 tiers to membership. You can. You can. Whoa! Bendy Light did it! A big new member. I saw probably the notification was earlier. I just didn't see it. Now I saw it. But Bendy Light just became a member of the channel. A smart, responsible troll. Yo, thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome. Everybody should be a responsible troll. But in order to be like a real responsible troll, you must become a member of the channel, and then you cannot just be a responsible troll. You can be a smart responsible troll, like Bendy Light just did. Thank you so much, brother. What is the next? What is the next level that we got there besides the responsible troll? I forgot the name of the tiers. Sorry. Let me see if I can join in here. Oh, you got the extremely wise troll. You can be a responsible troll, smart responsible troll, extremely wise troll, or the man, a troll god, like Howard Moore just is. You guys are awesome. You support, it's overwhelming the support. I really appreciate it. Extra J say, are you changing your reverb settings randomly? Or is that something else going on? I don't know what you're talking about. Is this something weird going on? Um, is it really something strange with my audio going on? I don't know, man. I don't hear it. So the Squeaky Earth logo will be will be adjusted around the edges. It's a little square kind of thingy, but the Squeaky Earth logo, yes. And then you will become, after 1 month, you will become a real flip flop, and then we'll take it from there. 2 months, 3 months, you should have a new logo. As depends how long you last, and hopefully pray to the dome with all the little stars hanging, and that dude cleaning the dome. Hey, what up, dude? Cleaning the dome. Pray to the dome that the channel, the memberships, and everything is cool. Sounds keep changing. That's strange, man. Maybe that's me. Uh, is it my voice? Because I know I'm talking in like some high pitch and a lower pitch. Now the dude across the street, he's using some kind of a drill, like maybe every time he uses the drill or make that weird noise, the noise cancellation in the microphone is changing the audio, whatever you guys hear. I don't know. Also, the sirens going in Florida in the background. I know there's some sensitivity going on inside the little chip, the little headphone. Even though it's a total beach, which is a decent headphone. So I don't know. I ain't doing nothing. I don't know what. Maybe the microphone in the second PC is on. Whatever. Maybe remember this timestamp for what and watch the stream later. Yeah. Cool. So it's clear. Thank you. Bendy Light say I've got to use the right account so I can see my new fancy logo. Hell yeah, man! Do you guys hear the sirens? I cannot change anything else in the settings on the sensitivity on the microphone. Did you hear that drilling? There was a drilling there when I went quiet. Yeah. Oh well. And uh, I got a frog in my throat. Oh wait, no, I got a frog in the squeaky earth. Shout out to the frog family, man. Look at that. They're so happy there. Aren't they cute? Aren't they happy that this is really? It's like the sun is coming up now. It's so bright. Fucking a. Woo! Overwhelmed. Like crazy bright. Could be. Yeah, the police coming. No, the police are not coming, Zebulon. They're coming out like the police is over there, somewhere over there. Not over here, man. Just stay out, stay far away, bro. You heard the drilling faintly. All right, that might be something. Might be that drilling that is mixing with something with the voice, like at the end right there. 5 out of 5, Citizen 9. Cool. When the light don't hear them, but you got fans going in here. All right. I gotta look. Maybe I got the microphone open in the other. No, man.
No, I guess you didn't hear me. Now you can. You're supposed to hear me now, like a different sound. Checking on the settings on the PC. Fine over here, and over here is um okay. It's okay. It's okay. I think you hear me. You see me like a little bit over here, right? Oh man. All right, we good. Yeah, that sound thing. The sound thing was strange. Hey, trying to do a show over here, neighbor. Listen, what the hell? Baby Earth. It's not ready to be shared to the audience. So I got Baby Earth here. It doesn't squeak. Or does it? No, it's a banging Earth. I go back now.
It is so weird what I do because I have a solid PC inside this room with two monitors. I got the decent microphone, but I 90% of the time I do the show using this setting that I'm on right now. I don't know, man. It's just cooler because I look at you over here, but then I look at the street. That's the street right there, like the front of my house, the neighborhood, and I see people passing by, and I see life. So I got the best of both worlds. I'm not locked in a room doing my shit. We are doing something special that everybody can be a part of. A lot of people use their phones and they're walking around, but they like shy away a little bit when they're around people. They don't got their camera on. They're not sitting down in a little plaza doing their shows, unless you're Nathan Thompson using like like a Burger King Wi-Fi or some shit like that, right? But I'm right here on the road, on the street. And you guys, some of you have already seen some of the neighbors and shit interacting a little bit with you on the show. They kind of, most of them know that I'm here just doing a chilling, doing a show, talking to a bunch of weirdos on the internet, which is cool, man. They say, like, that's fucking awesome, man. I'm gonna have to check it out. And I don't see any of your neighbors over here. Just shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Oh man. Okay. Uh Citizen 9 is asking if they are trying to drill down more than 8 miles next door. He's too far. He's actually too far. If I ask him, he's like gonna be speaking like super loud. We're gonna be fucking around. But he might be. Who knows? I'll ask him as soon as I can. 8 miles, nautical miles. Nautical miles. Hey neighbor, hey no neighbor. Are you drawing nautical miles down? How many nautical miles? Okay, I'll try. But if he digging down, how could it be sky miles? Sky miles? Oh, that's a really good question. Sitting the nine testing the emojis work. CG Brad Wenner, who the hell are you calling CGI? Are you calling me CGI? I'm not CGI, bro. And the frogs aren't CGI. Look, I'm tickling the feet of the frog over here. They're in CGI. They're not green screen, no CGI. The real frog is on a squeaky earth. Shit, family frog. This one's got a lazy eye. See the lazy eye? That's why I got him. I adopted him because he's got a lazy eye. Damn, I felt bad for him. Later, Extra J. Marcus Dresden. Sup? Who am I calling weirdos? We are weirdos. we are all weirdos, man. Look what we're doing over here. Talking weird shit with each other over here. Shit. We are weirdos. 20 people watching me here. Guys, the name of the show today is How To. I tell you how to. I'm gonna show you how to do something. I'm gonna share this tab. I'm gonna share this show right here. If you are on a computer or a PC, you should be seeing this with the chat box over here, of course. So this is what you should be seeing right now. If you are on a computer or PC, right? I'm gonna show you how to hit the thumbs up under this video. If you wanna hit the thumbs up, you go down and you click right here, click, and you hit the thumbs up under this video. See? It tells you that we got 23 people watching, and then next to it you have the thumbs up. There's a big red button. I'll show you an example. Let me pause this. There is a big red button that you should see over here, and if you're typing in the chat box, you are already subscribed, but you must make sure to click this bell next to the subscribe button and make sure to re-click where it says all. When you click all, then you will get all the notifications under this video. Don't forget to do that, everybody. Why is it telling me that this is going live? It's already live. What the hell? This is weird. What the hell? Hold on, I gotta fix this. Okay, it's live. Yeah. And I'm telling you how to do things. Very good. What is it? Oh. It is square miles. Is it squared miles, David? Square mile, David? I'm confused. I think you all CGI. You're telling me Gary and Lemon are real people, yeah, right? Whoa, we got a new member in the house. Carl Christopherson just became a responsible troll, another member for the channel. Marcus, who they acted? Carl Christopherson. What did I say? Marcus Dresser. I was reading Nate Thompson sucks. Carl Christopherson. Thank you for your support, brother. Hails to the yeah. So many responsible trolls now. You have a squeaky earth next to your name, and we know that you are a responsible troll. I don't need to check on you. I don't need when people tag me and say, Jose, look at Carl. He told me something. We. You grow a fucking set of balls or like fuck yourself. These are the supporters. These are the responsible trolls that we look after each other. Boom. Zebulon 181, I got a point, Jose. I'm kind of weird. Yes, I am. I am very kind of weird. Boom, Carl. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to become a member. So if you go down over here, you got the number of people watching. You already hit that like. You already subscribed and hit the bell. Now you got to join and become a member of the channel. So all you have to do is click join and you're gonna see this. You're gonna see a little clip of me over here. And then you are gonna see the 4 tiers in the left hand side. The price per month, $2.99, $9.99, $24.99, and $49.99. And then you click on every one of them and you read what will you get with your membership. Responsible troll get loyalty badges next to your name. Yeah, you got the first month you get squeaky earth. The second month you get a very nice cool flip flops. That is for now. I might switch the squeaky earth and make it more brighter and more sharp, with a bling on it. Thinking about it, but you will get a icon next to your name. I see a lot of squeaky earths on the chat box today. Big shout out, Carmen. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Uh, you got some custom emojis. I got these 4 emojis for now. You got a troll, you got a parrot, a boom, and a CGI. And a priority reply to comments. Indeed. I am 90% of the time reading on the comment section, and I am looking at every single comment. I always pay attention, priority to big supporters with super chats and PayPals. Uh, Now to the memberships. Everybody has the same right to get your comments, but I'm paying attention, believe me. If you are asking me specific something to ask the panelists or to try to present something, I'm always you are over there first, man. I'm looking out for you. Then we get a smart responsible troll that you get everything before, plus a shout out, like a special shout out, like because you matter. Every single day you are gonna have your name will be mentioned, and you're gonna be very appreciated in the bottom from the bottom of my heart. Everybody is. Member shout out exclusive. This is where it gets good because everybody gets the shout out. I don't even know. This is kind of silly. Exclusive members only videos and member only live streams. I will do this. I did it maybe 1 or twice when my previous membership. I did it late when if I need to edit a video, put a little something together, do some kind of a research. I will do a members only live stream, share my full screen, and you will see what I see. Even if you're quiet, you have the opportunity to click on the live show for members only if you're a smart, responsible troll and hire, and just watch me do things. And I'll have the chat box open on the side just in case somebody want to pop in and say hello, ask me questions or whatever, and request, a little adjustments on the work I'm doing. I appreciate it. Then we have an extremely wise troll. This is good because now if you become an extremely wise troll, your channel will be advertised in my main channel. uh, it will be advertised. I need to switch this because now this is the my main channel. Now I need to switch this because I already have a few members, and for right now I just added a handful of channels over here because I watch and I support, and a few of the channels are gonna stay. And then I'm gonna also add in my main page the that membership tier channels. That is if you have a content in your channel, if you have uploaded videos or do live streams, anything. If you actually do content, I will put your channel there, because if your channel is empty, you don't have any uploads, it like, I mean, it's, you might want the subscribers, but what for, if you don't upload any videos. So if you are a content creator and you want your page there and your link thrown a few times in the chat box during the shows, become an extremely wise troll. And you know what else you get? You get one drawing per month. One drawing of your choosing. You request what you want me to draw, and I will draw it for you and mail it to you. Then we have the man, a troll god, which we got one hour more. Left Lane is a troll god. You can request topics, you can request collaboration, you can ask me to present links, you can ask me to present papers, videos, etc., etc. And I will take very seriously your request, because you are a big collaborator of the channel. And then you also get 2 drawings per month. You ask me what you want me to draw. I'm not the best artist in the world, but I am a decent guy when drawing it refers to drawing, and you will get that done on a live show, and that will be mailed to you. That's how you become a channel member. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I lost track because I wasn't I wasn't reading the chat for like a minute. Let me scroll up a little bit. What do you guys think? I lost track after Marcus Dresden called Thompson a moron. Say Thompson sucks. Okay. The Brian Frog family, mob it. Chat Citizen 9, mob it, mob it, mob it, mob it, mob it, mob it. This one's got a lazy eye. Isn't that cute? Woo. Okay, who we got in the house? We got Carl testing the boom and some emojis over here. Very cool to see a squeaky earths around. Very nice. Gary, are you reading Gary Webbing? Are you reading Citizen 9 comments? He's trying to get a nice conversation, a decent one with you about, because I think you're cherry picking some Neil deGrasse Tyson stuff, and you gotta fix that with Citizen 9. So check him out, man. Boom. Okay, but what is the advantage for you from having a paying member over the same money donated by non-members? Well, I don't know. It's just a different way to support, man. I I, I hope that the support, the daily support, the super chat and the PayPass and all that doesn't stop, because I need you guys. I need you to hook me up and support the channel so we can continue doing the boom. It is just something extra that is there, that I can count on a monthly basis. It could be an emergency happening and I don't have a show for a few days or a few weeks, who knows. And I know that at the end of the month I'm gonna have that few, I don't know, $20 or $30 at the end of the month. So I don't know, it's a little something extra to motivate people to become, to also become channel members. If we get enough, members, when the channel grows, if we get enough members, then we'll do a few of the members only chat box. So just for an hour or two, just to piss people off, we'll do just a members only chat box. Like right now, I think I can go and change the stream for members only. I think I can. I never tried half of the show, but it's all right. Anyways, and I'm not gonna stop drawing. I actually stopped for a week or so, but I gotta grab my notebook and start drawing. Daily. Start doing whatever the fuck I want to draw. And if anybody actually want the drawing that I do, you can just holler at me and shoot me a little something on PayPal, and I'll mail that to you. As long as it's covered, the shipping, and give me a few extra bucks, I'll send it to you. The last drawing didn't sell. The last drawing I still got it there, and it's a Muppets drawing, man. I'll show it tomorrow if I do the show tomorrow. And Marcus Dresden, actually, YouTube does not. So it sucks. Actually, YouTube does not give me, no, YouTube does not give me 100% of the member money. It's like the super chat. They keep like a 30%. So it sucks. It's a little help. It membership is good when it's a big channel with 100 members. I don't know, 20, 30, 40 members. It's actually okay, but right now it's just a little bit of help, a few extra dollars that I get. I barely get anything at the end of the day, but we're just beginning. We're just starting to grow, and I want to stay active and interactive with you guys. So hopefully one day we'll grow and we'll be looking all right. Nah, YouTube give me shit. YouTube give me like 70%. Yeah, I wish YouTube give 100%, bro. Then I'll be making money on super chat. Shit, 100%. You made a joke, Marcus. Come on. Yeah, it's no advantage. It's actually a disadvantage. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. But it's alright. I still count. I still count on you guys to support. Every once in a while. Super chat. That was great earlier. I wasn't expecting to get a few super chats, but I expect every once in a while. To get a 5, 10, $20 on PayPal like I've been doing, and that does help me a lot. That does suck. Yes, Citizen 90 sucks. YouTube should at least give me 100% 1 month. Yeah, my ass. YouTube gonna give me shit. YouTube is how do you say, like, they want it all. They are greedy, greedy bastards. Shit, give me 100%. I'll drink to that. Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, yeah, that's cool, bro. Yeah, the members features are cool. I don't know. One day, instead of sending me a tenner on PayPal, do the smart responsible troll. Just so every once in a while, if I do the live stream for members only, you can go in there and troll me a little bit. Yeah, just kind of a more small and personal. I might have two or three. Like the day I did a members only live stream in my previous channel, and I was editing a video, and there were like 4 or 5 people. There were 4 or 5 of you, and we were having a laugh, man. I think you were there, Citizen Nine. I know RT96 was there. Howard Moore was there. I think Mr. Victory was there. It was like 4 or 5 people, and yeah. uh, we'll do that. We'll do that at least. I'm gonna try to do at least once a week. Do a little members only kind of me setting up. Maybe that day we'll set up a few thumbnails, and you guys can send me some pictures to do thumbnails. Tell me what faces to look for. Tell me how to set up the thumbnails. It's cool. It's cool. Dude, nobody joined me today, man, because it's either really late for some people in the United States, or really early for people in the other side of the world, like 2 and 3 and 5 in the morning. Oh, this is an odd time to do a show, but it's okay. I'm enjoying. I just wanted to do this and hang out with you guys for a bit. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to go like leave you hanging without a boom today, man. I said yesterday I was gonna do a boom, so I'd rather do it. The allergies is starting to get me. The cold weather is getting me a little bit. Hey, look at that. I'm gonna show you. Let's see on the memberships how many people. Dude, we got a lot of people, man. We got lots of members now. Oh, damn it! What do I press? Okay. So if I share the screen, This is great, man. I'm super thrilled, man. Super happy about these memberships. We got 13 members as for right now, bro. We got Bandit, Howard Moore. Howard Moore is the man, man. He is the troll god. Top notch. If you're not a member, you can't be a totally responsible troll, Marcus. Indeed, Citizen 9, indeed. Memberships is what you work for. Yeah, man. Thank you, Citizen. Yeah, indeed. Would be Citizen asking, would be fairer if they paid you 100% membership and their to and to their cut and took their cut from Super Chat? I don't know, man. That's a tricky one. I think the opposite. I think I'll get in a total, in a bulk at the end of the month. I think I get more in super chats than memberships. Yeah, if you can join, Card Christopherson, if you want to click on that link and join, talk to me for a little bit, man. Howard Moore is the troll god, and this is how Howard Moore's channel look. Whoa! There you go. Marcus Dresden just did it. He became a responsible troll. Did you get the notification on screen there? I hope you did. Marcus Dresden is now a responsible troll. Yo, thank you so much for that, brother. You see, that's now you are a solid, a real responsible troll, Marcus Dresden. Thank you so much, man. You the man. See, doesn't matter what I say about you. You the man, bro. Call you. Oh yeah, and the notification showed up. I just didn't catch it. Now you got a squeaky earth next to your name, Marcus. You give it away. Marcus Dresden show up like, "Hello, I'm new. I've never watched this channel." Well, why you got a squeaky earth next to your name, bruh? Boom, indeed. Not sure how it works yet. Nobody ever subs to my channel. Citizen 9 said, you don't have anybody in your channel? Well, yeah. See now, Howard Moore, like this is what we got in the videos. Got some playlists, favorites and stuff. Yeah, it's not much. You see, like Howard Moore, I don't know. I'll ask him if he want me to put his channel in my main page so he can get subscribers. So well, it's up to him, but I'd rather put channels with content, like for real. We got Bandit, we got Howard Moore, Cart Christopherson, Brad Wagner, Ben the Light, Farmer's Boy, Earth is Life, RT96, Mark Ting, Parabindu, Dora Unku, Citizen 9, and Mr. Victory Radio. The first people that was here, there was a race. It was between Farmer's Boy, RT, and who was the first three? I know it was Farmer's Boy, RT96, you Citizen 9, right? And you Citizen 9. I think you guys were the first ones to become members. Really cool. Really, really, really appreciate it. Boom, Brad. Indeed. Boom, bro. Let me see. I think in Discord, if I scroll up when I announced it earlier, it will tell me, I know you guys, one of you. Okay, yeah. Mr. Victory Radio. Oh, Mr. Victory, were you the first one? I think it was you. Oh, all right, right. Yeah, the first four people that join is Farmer's Boy, RT96, Parabindu, and Citizen 9. Those are the first four members of the channel right here. There you go. Carl Christopherson, next time, brother. Yeah, whenever you want, brother. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate it. What the fuck, Marcus? Did you try to do it? Look. Oh man. Did you try to put a bunch of trolls? Why it didn't work out? There you go. That's for you. And it won't start less now. Oh no. Howard Moore is the man. Yes, he is the man. A troll god is how we call it. So you don't have anybody on your channel, Citizen Nine. You have? Do you upload stuff? Do you even upload, bro? We're gonna be lurking in Citizen Nine channel now. Uh oh. And this is how Citizen Nine channel looks like. Uh oh, we have a guest. Let's see who we have. Whoa, we got Gary Webenga in the house.
What's up, Jose?
Isn't that a good time to go live because you're off work and it's a weekend?
No, I work on the weekends.
Okay.
I don't have like scheduled days off.
Right. Okay.
I have to schedule them like months ahead of time.
Damn. You take vacations yearly?
I take a vacation every year up Northern California.
Really? Got family there?
It's my wife. She's been doing it for 20 years, and then when I married her, then
Woo.
I've been going ever since. So it's like 5 or 6 years already.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good. You are
And then her kids and their kids all come up.
right. Yeah. Like it's big family. You're an older guy, right?
got-
You got grandkids already?
Yeah, I have 3 on my, from my blood kids, and then one more from her side, and plus 2 2 more that are older, but they're it's complicated.
Half and half. Yeah. It's all right.
Nothing to do with me.
Big family.
Nothing to do
Yeah,
with
big
me.
family. But that's good, man.
Well, that's just on my wife's side. I got 3 on my side, but then I got a huge family.
Right.
I got a bunch of sisters. I got 6 sisters and 1 brother,
Mm.
and we all live fairly close to each other, and we get together all the time.
Nice, man. Nice. Let me see. I don't think I have never lurked into Brad Wagner's channel. Does he even have a real channel right here? What do you have over here? Let's see. Let me look at Brad Wagner's channel. Shit. Hold on. Oh, you say hold on. A link. Window tab. This right here. Okay. Let me get it. A little background noise. Hey, look at that. You see that, right? The whatever I share. No, Brad Warner doing a little demonstration something here. Very cool. Hey, you got 2 subscribers, Brad. You know what? But this is what I see. You actually have some content, and that is really cool, bro. Look at that. You got 4 videos. And it's kind of, perspective and little demonstration. That's why I will subscribe to you, Brad Wagner. Thank you so much. And maybe, hopefully, you will feel now that you must make more videos for us. Very cool, Mr. Victory. So what's up, Gary, man? What's in your mind? What do you think? Nobody here today. Nobody wanted to join me, bro. I've been ranting here for an hour alone.
I thought you were just by yourself tonight, so when I heard you say that, I looked and found. Well, I went to Discord first, and then I realized you weren't on there. So then I looked down your chat and found the Google Meets.
Yeah, man. I've been trying. I told the people like, hey, we are.
There's a lot of guys who are afraid to come on.
Right.
They don't want
I don't know. They're quiet. Citizen 9.
Maybe
Shame on me. I'll subscribe to you, Citizen 9 now. Sorry. Got it.
Sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking for the first time, but once you're on once, it's nothing. It's not a big deal.
It's an odd day, odd time, bro. I haven't been on almost every Saturday. I've been off almost all the Saturdays. Plus, it's really late. It's like started at 9 p.m., almost at 9 p.m. here with me, and it is fight nights. There's a lot of UFC fans. There's people with the family. I understand, we got like what 20 people, less than 20 people watching. That doesn't happen because of the off time. People is busy doing other stuff. It's okay. It's understandable. I still wanted to do the live show to spend an hour or two over here with you guys. I cannot go crazy and speak too loud because neighbors across the street, people walking around. I was telling earlier that I got my main PCs inside this room right here. I got a decent PC and I got 2 monitors and the good microphone. But I hate to be sitting in there, like in that corner. So I grab my laptop, this what I got right now, and I'm sitting in this table in the little porch, and I can see to the street and outside. And I talk as a guest. So the PC is just just sharing the stream, just doing no work over there whatsoever. Well, I don't have any control like to cancel, like stop screen sharing or none of that. I'm not here as a guest, just the same as you, as everybody else.
I think I like this one better than Discord.
It's cleaner. I think this is a lot cleaner. Google Meet.
On Discord, if I click on the stream, my phone will start roboting.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. We're out in farm country and we don't have always the best connection, so
Right.
probably makes a difference.
And the camera, does the camera look okay, or is it really laggy? A little bit laggy, but it's not too bad, right?
Just slightly.
Yeah.
Nothing that's really a problem. So.
Yeah, it's not. And the same thing on YouTube. I mean, for some reason, what you got, man? A bowl? Yeah. Like for food? I'm bringing it back to you. Yes. Hails to the yeah. Hey, got it. All right, you're on your own. Talk to the audience for a minute. If not, just stay quiet. I got it. I gotta get food from the neighbor.
Oh, do I get free reign to spill my stuff? I need everybody on here to watch my latest couple YouTube uploads. I did a new rubber band one because guys like Blue and Extra J got confused by the first two because they think the whole top is just the very top section of a building. So I just showed how the whole building is included in bottom first. Becoming unresolvable. This is like free reign. I can't believe it. I don't even know what to do now without arguing with somebody.
Oh yeah.
What did he bring you?
Huh?
What did he bring you, Jose?
Oh, he was cooking a pot roast. He got it slow cooking since yesterday, like pork or something, or beef,
Nice.
whatever it is. So he's got a big smoker there across the street, and he's always the weekends he's cooking stuff, and he shared with me. So he asked me, "Let me get a bowl." I said, "Oh, food, hell yeah, I got it wrong. I get the bowl. I know. I'll test a little bit."
Yeah, roast always hits the spot.
Yeah, man.
Does it have potatoes in it too?
Yeah, I think so. I tried once about a month ago now. He said, like, try this and let me know. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah, my wife just made it about a week ago.
Yeah, it was really good.
I had chili verde tonight.
Chili verde? That's is it spicy or just flavorful?
It wasn't spicy enough.
Really?
It was store bought, but it was pretty good still. My wife makes a really good one.
I can't. My stomach cannot handle really spicy. Too much.
Yeah, I like it really hot.
Yeah.
I add cayenne to everything.
Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. Ooh, it's hot. Hell yeah, it smells really good. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you what it got. Oh yeah, that looks good, man.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
It does look good. I'm not gonna go crazy and start eating in here like but I gotta taste.
Well, it usually tastes a little bit better if you let it cool down a little bit.
Yeah, it's really, really hot now.
Yeah, because otherwise you mess up your taste buds.
Yeah, it does. I burn on my gums and shit. All right. See, I'm glad I have pants on because the camera stay linger for a little longer after I pull the plate out. You wouldn't see my wiener right there if I didn't have any pants today. What's going on here, man? I'm sorry. I had to.
I'm glad you have them on too.
I know. The hell? Oh shit.
Although if I caught you without them on, I would have to screenshot it and make a video.
Spread it all over the internet.
I got to get even with you. You know, you've done a
Yeah,
couple on me. So.
I know. That's why I say I'm glad. I wasn't gonna be fast enough to realize run and stop the stream before it was shown on YouTube. I got to be there like in a few seconds. I wasn't gonna make it, man.
Well, you know, they've had a couple politicians get caught on Zoom doing some things
Really,
they
with the
shouldn't be
pants
doing.
off, just doing all the random shit.
Doing worse.
Oh
Doing
man,
worse.
that's fucked up.
They forgot they had the camera on. There was a couple politicians that he disappeared, Jose.
Really?
Oh,
Whoa.
there you are. You're back.
Okay.
You disappeared again. Now you're just showing my thing.
Really?
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the screen. That's why.
Okay. Yeah.
Never mind.
Yes. But
I clicked it onto full screen.
Yeah, but on YouTube, when you talk, your icon shows up, and when I talk, my camera shows up. That's why YouTube sees. Now, if I was on the phone or Google Meets, I don't see my own camera coming on every time I speak. I see the other ones.
Yeah.
Somebody share. Kevin Conrad says something went down with SpaceX. There was a launch today, so he shared a little. He shared a 59 seconds video over here. Launch and cash
go up
tower
and turn sideways.
Starbase destacking Starship. I have no idea what this is.
Did it go up and turn sideways?
No, I don't know. I think this was kind of a disassemble little operation that was going on because it says destacking Starship. Maybe it was like a really long and this one stacked over each other, so they had a little crane like destacked. That's how it looks like, destacking.
Have you ever seen SpaceX fly over?
No, man, no personally, no physically.
It's pretty trippy.
Yeah, when they do that, buff.
It looks like a giant jellyfish pulsing through the sky.
Right, the bloom of light or whatever weird colors and shit.
Yeah, it flew right over my house one day. They launched it from Long Beach, and I was sitting out in the yard thinking, we'll see if I can see it. I mean, I'm quite a ways from Long Beach. Yeah. And I waited about 10 minutes, and then my sister called me and wanted to know what was in the sky. So I came out here, and I was looking south, because Long Beach is south of me, and I didn't see anything. And then I turned around, and it was coming from the north. So I don't know what happened there, or like the northwest.
Do you remember one of the earliest SpaceX launches a few years ago, and people was going crazy recording that, like, what the fuck in the sky? They deployed the Blue Beam project. I heard people saying that, and now we know because it have happened over and over that they actually make that effect of in the sky, the SpaceX rockets and shit.
And have you seen the Starlinks come over?
I haven't seen anything, not even the ISS. I haven't seen anything.
Really?
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those several times.
Really?
And I wasn't out looking for it. I just happened to look up when they were coming across. So.
See, over here where I live, it's too bright. I mean, I don't get a good view to the stars and the sky. I really don't.
I get an okay view. It's we got too dirty of sky here in the Central Valley, so we don't get I don't see the Milky Way.
What state? What state is it, if you don't mind?
California. Central California, about an hour from Fresno.
Right.
But unless you go up to like Yosemite and stuff like that, you don't really see the full gamut of the stars up there. I mean, I can look up and see Orion, crossing my sky in the same place every day, every 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.1 seconds. It's above me right now. Well, it's off a little to the south, but It's about mid sky right now.
Mm.
That one's always easy to see. So
uh, Cuso is a fellow Puerto Rican in the chat box. You seen him? QZOPR1. I know you have talked to him in the chat box. You seen him around. Uh, he want me to ask you, what do you get by being a contrarian? Just being a contrarian, or why doesn't he care that everything he says is wrong? So Cuso is kind of saying or asking.
well, he made a false statement, so there's no even sense of answering it. I'm not wrong.
Mm.
Just like Orion, you can take Orion. You know, you can line up the two bottom stars of the Big Dipper, the two bottom stars on the Dipper part. They will pretty much line up with Orion. So even when you don't see Orion, you can tell where it's at. And so they're turning a nice circle, right? Which means Orion is also turning a nice circle. That's an equatorial uh, constellation. And then I can see quite a few stars that are way more south of Orion. They're just following along with Orion, which means they're just making a big circle too. You can literally point just by looking at the bottom of the Big Dipper. I can trace those out and follow it to Orion every time.
I have, dude. I'm such a star locations and names illiterate. I don't know where Orion is. I don't even know where to look if I want to try to find it. I don't know how it looks. Anything.
Well, if you look like kind of due east, it's kind of about where you'll see it rise, and it moves across usually the center of your sky, or at least
Right.
from, well, if you're on the equator, obviously.
Right.
To me, it's south.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see plenty of stars south, and they're always in the same position too. So that means they're all following each other. And that, in my opinion, in a big circle around Polaris,
You
and
know
it's an
what?
ever greater circle.
You know what hurt me that earlier when I was in the flatter side, 2017, 2018, I refused to look at the stars. You know, anything related to the stars, not even a sunrise, sunset. I didn't try to figure anything out because I was like really into long distance observations. I didn't even entertain about eclipses or nothing. I just had my normal earlier memories of how things work. I thought that was enough. I didn't need to look at the skies to figure out the shape of the earth we're living in. That was my approach. So right now, after I came back to the globe, that I instantly started in the YouTube and talking to people, I never gave it enough time for me to learn anything else. I just know the normal stuff and the average, but I really don't know enough of anything related to the skies, bro. And I don't feel bad for it. It is what it is.
I got a pretty good view in my backyard. I mean, other than dirty skies, but
Well,
and then I have one neighbor just off kilter a little bit that has a big bright light on every night, so it drives me crazy.
I got it. So I know Orion. I know how to find it. I know what is Orion because in Puerto Rico I used to see it all the time. But Cuso, you see, my fellow Puerto Rican Cuso, he just told me what Orion is. It's what we call in Puerto Rico the three kings. Like this January the 6th, the three wise men in the Bible they come to bring gift to baby Jesus, right? The three wise men in January the 6th.
Yeah, you got the three stars that are right.
We got the three
It's the
stars.
bell.
Thank you, Q. So and now that's the stars that we used to call him. Those are the three wise men since we were kids in Puerto Rico. Now, thank you. Citizen Nine, feel free to drop links in the chat box and shield the
Tell them
stuff
to
around, shield all the channels. It's all good.
tell them to come. Tell them to come on.
Yeah, anybody else, if anybody want
I
to come
want
in,
Mike.
yeah, feel free to come in. I need to run.
He's never been on.
I'm gonna get a spoon, get a taste of this. I'm gonna leave it inside the microwave. I'm gonna eat it after the show, but I just want to get a quick taste and put it inside. So I'll be back in a minute. Do you want to talk to the audience? Read some comments. It's all you, man.
I don't have it on the YouTube part, so, and it's too small. I can't read it on this. Oh wait, I can expand the screen on this. Well, I guess I can read it. Where is Orion the other 6 months? I can see Orion already in late June. You just got to be up early in the morning to see it coming up over the horizon. So it's not gone as long as people think. And it's because it's it's the sidereal day versus a solar day. So you're going to have it sometimes in the dark and sometimes in the light where you can't see it. So when it'll be more close to the sun. That's really simple, actually. That explains why you don't see certain stars at certain times of the year, but they follow the exact same path across the sky every 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.1 seconds, and they never falter or fail. Which means we're not orbiting the sun, because if we were, it could not do that. It would have to change slightly every single day. Also, star trails, when you see them in the pictures, they always look like they're vertical up and down, like Phil Bell recently had. But we never actually see them vertical up and down. You just don't see that. It's because it's a 2D picture. It can't represent three-dimensional space where you see the stars. It pictures the stars like above you as if they're off in the distance, and they're all vertical up and down. Of course, part of that problem is the wide-angle lens. But it's mostly because it's two-dimensional. I see somebody say something about Vogan poetry. I don't even know what that is. Never heard of it. I see a couple people saying wrong, but I'm not wrong. And I see Sean Hawkins. That's all he ever says. Wrong, liar. He has nothing else. He has a bunch of parallel lines to Polaris that don't meet Polaris. See, if you guys just say not correct, Gary, that doesn't mean anything. That just means nothing. It's just your opinion. No, star trails don't go up and down. But on your pictures, that's what they look like. They look like a vertical Ferris wheel, which is not reality. And stars in the distance that are farther away from you will always look lower to the horizons. Doesn't matter, north, south, east, or west. Yeah, then the wheels on the bus go round and round. Yeah, I guess you can say that. They're like wheels in the sky, turning round and round. Mostly like on a plane, I would say.
I don't want to interrupt you, man. If you're saying
No, you
something.
weren't interrupting me. I was just going to scroll back to the
Oh, you're
comments.
checking. Yeah, go ahead. Check on the chat.
I was commenting on some of the comments.
The neighbor there. He's in
I
the
see
QZ.
Oper one. I don't know, whatever that is.
Cuso. You can call him Cuso or Cuso.
Cuso?
Yeah.
Okay. He said he expects stars to change from today to tomorrow. Well, it would have to, because if you're orbiting the sun, it would have to change slightly each day, which, by the way, makes your circle star trails completely ridiculous, because there is no secondary motion for the Earth orbiting the sun simultaneously. You would have to have that motion. If not in one day, you'd have to see it over the course of several days, but you would see it in one day, because supposedly we orbit an average of 1 degree around the sun every day. You would have to see that motion over a 12-hour period, but you don't, because it's not there. We're not orbiting the sun, which is also why you don't see the stars following different paths through the sky every night, because we're not orbiting the sun. They're circling around us in a perfect pattern. They're a time clock. And of course, you can read about that time clock in Genesis, where the sun, moon, and stars were created. They were set within the firmament, not in the firmament, but within it. And they were set there to be for signs and for seasons, for days and for years. And that's exactly what we use them to this day for.
There you go, Cuso. About that, I want to do a big shout out to Mallory's Asylum, new person. Hello, Mallory. I hear a lot about you. I have heard you in like MC Tune and all the channels. Good to see you in the chat box. I really don't know a lot about you or where you're coming from, but it's good to see a recognized name that it ring the bells. I say, Mallory? Yeah, I heard about Mallory everywhere. So, welcome to the show. She said, "Do you know that the globe side they have this kind of like the Oscars, for the movies? How do you say they have an event going on nominating They want to call it the top left. It's some kind of a new name. It used to be called the dumb fuck of the year, which they used to nominate like Riley and Right the Hand or Flatter Data and flat earthers with the weirdest you know presentations and the weird shit they used to do. So they used to call them the dumb fuck of the year. They got a new name, top left, for the weirdest characters on YouTube, for the people that make these ridiculous claims and people that has been wrong doing experiments and tests and shit like that. So I think they're doing it in the like Fight the Flat Earth group and MC Toon and stuff. So they had a show a few days ago and they were asking the Glovers to nominate people for that. So you know what? I went for the first time in years that I went to the Fight the Flat Earth channel, and I went to the call to the Google Meets, and I joined for a minute to give my nomination. You know who I nominated for that dumb fuck of the year top left award? Have any idea who I did? I nominated a guy. I don't want to do the summary. He's over there, but I nominated myself for that dumb fuck of the year, and they were happy with my nomination. I deserved that title, so I am happy. Shout out to Mallory. Now, I don't think I'm gonna win because I think that Anthony Riley have a few nominations and they got like Brian's Logic, this Misha from Australia, some recognized guys like the Nathan Oakleys. So I'm one of the low guys that only got one vote by myself. I nominated myself. Why? Because I don't believe the men walked on the moon. I am a very contrarian too. I like arguing for the sake of argument. I am called a skeptic, but sometimes a lot of times that skepticism becomes a nah, and I like picking fights with people. And my trolling responsible in my channel becomes I am an asshole to other people in other channels. So that's why I nominated myself. I deserve it. I deserved it.
Hey, I saw you telling me not to be an asshole on a channel the other night.
I know. I'm an ass. I'm an asshole in other channels, bro.
I know. I've seen you, and I was going to say you should take your own advice, but I kept it to myself.
I know, man. Fucking A.
Hey, if you listen back to that show the other night, I was very calm. I wasn't the one yelling or screaming or calling names. It was them. I did call.
Did I drop the hammer on you, and did I came in hot to you or not?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
were
even
like
remember.
giving me advice when I'm on somebody's show. But I'm like, yeah, okay, Jose, take your own advice. I've heard you, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, it
And
is
but
fine.
if you listen back to that show, I was very calm. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't screaming. They were over talking me. If you actually listen to it, they were over talking me. I never had a chance to answer one question. I would
And
start
that's
to, and
fair. I
then
appreciate it. Because I don't almost any and almost never I listen to my own shows. Sometimes some people tell me like, "Hey, I'll say you say something really funny at this timestamp or check on this timestamp on this show," but I don't go review the shows. I click on it and I scroll forward to see how it looks on YouTube. But I hate to hear to listen to myself, so I don't know. In real time right now, I know we're having a normal conversation, but I don't go back and see like, damn it, I should say this or I should wait for Gary to finish this. I thank you for the feedback. I gotta focus myself more. And now I got the fucking memberships and I gotta keep reading on the comments on the side, but I cannot stop being me. I pay half attention of what's going on in the call and half attention to the chat box. And sometimes I get caught off with I get pissed off with people in the chat box for what they're doing. I've been typing and warning them, and all I hear is like a background noise. And then when I focus my attention to the call, whoever I hear, I kind of jump into their throat. Maybe that was you. Or I mean, like my bad. If I jump in your throat, and it was a little unfair.
no, I don't think you say anything on the show. But to be honest, I wasn't paying attention a lot of times what they were saying either. Except for Dick Dawson, because he's so foul mouthed. He's like, and so I called him a pervert, and then they kicked me off. But if you listen to him talk, he is a pervert. He talks like one. I
All
wouldn't
right.
want that kind of talk around my family. So, and I don't think you want it on your show.
Yeah. And somebody actually, John Rapp has a great point. He's correcting me because over talking is like talking too much and too long. And what we do a lot of time is talk over. It's not over talking. It's talking over others. And that's a tricky one.
But when they're talking over you, they ask you a question, you start answering, and then they start talking again
Yeah, I know.
before you
That
ever
pisses
even
me
get
off.
close to finishing an answer. And so I will start. I will keep on talking until I finish my point.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
heard me,
yeah.
because otherwise I'll never finish a point.
That does piss me
I'm
off
not. I
when
don't try
they
to.
do
Oh,
that.
sorry.
No, that
I
does
don't try to do it on
piss me
purpose,
off.
but sometimes it gets heated. Sorry,
They
Jose.
ask me a question, or they asking me a little quick question, and I try to answer it, and they insist on either re-asking the question or keep talking. Is fucking annoying. I hate it.
Wait. Well, a couple times you've told me you that I was over talking you because you were trying to stop the conversation, but sometimes you just don't even hear it. You're busy in the middle of something and you're thinking of other stuff, and a lot of those little voices in the background, if there's 3 or 4 voices going on at the same time, sometimes I just don't hear you. So it's not like I'm trying to do it on purpose. So
It's all good. Yeah, I understand,
you've
man.
been on enough of these shows. You know how it works.
Yeah, man. I just as I say, I actually never had a serious like debate. I never had a debate. I never debated anybody. I never had. I had discussions. I hate calling it a debate. I just call it discussions. But I never had a well format like one-on-one discussion or debate or anything with anybody.
Yeah, I get FTFE always trying to get me to come on a show, but I'm not coming on there because he'll just mute you and overtalk you. He's worse than anybody.
Think so? You're not gonna
He will
give me a
never let
chance
you.
one time?
He will never let you have a chance to finish anything you say.
Hmm.
And then he's making little funny faces and doing little funny things in the background, which just is distracting the audience. So
It
that's all
annoys
he
me
has.
that yeah, that's why I unsubscribed a while ago because I said like, damn it, he has a question, but he wanna keep explaining, and he stopped you. He said, no, no, I know, I don't know. He just go extra, and he doesn't feel he's interrupting because from his point of view, he's educating the people, and he might be correct, but if he doesn't give the opportunity to the other person to talk, I mean, why then do a one-on-one debate when it's gonna be all of him just making fun and shitting all over the other guy? He's gonna just invite people just to trigger them and piss them off and just overtalk them. It's not need for that.
Hey, can I respond to RT96
Go ahead,
in the
man,
chat?
anytime. Yeah.
It says Gary will pause for 3 seconds, wait for someone to start talking, and then proceed to repeat himself for the next 2 minutes. Actually, you very seldom hear me stop for 3 seconds. At the most, it'll be like, if you really timed it, less than a second. It's just that sometimes you go through a bunch of words and you stop for a second, and then you think of something else, and a lot of times it just happens to coincide with the same time they start to talk. It's not like because you on these kind of shows, you take a if there's a break of any kind, people try to jump in, right?
Hmm.
And sometimes I just haven't finished my whole thing. It's not like I'm deliberately trying to overtalk them or interrupt them. It's just sometimes if you listen to it a lot of times, it's like we both start talking at the exact same time again. So
All right. I
I'm
just want
not
to
that fast of a response.
I want to say off topic. Shout out to the frogs. The frogs live in a squeaky, in the concavity of the squeaky earth. Shout out to the frogs, man. I don't want to squeak him too hard because it's really loud. I got this frog because he got a lazy eye. That one right there. He's got a lazy eye, and it's funny. And then mama frog with baby frog. Me after old, just starting to get fucking stuffed animals, but they're cool. They're frogs, man. I like them. Don't mess with the frogs. Uh,
Yeah,
you
I like
must
this
then
much better than Discord. Sorry.
you must then hate Nathan Oakley, right? I mean, have you sit down just the same thing I say about the fight the flat earth. Now that wasn't a personal attack to you. Fight the flat earth is listening or wanna listen. That wasn't a personal attack to you. It's from my perspective, my point of view, that you still do. You just invite people to take a shit on them and make fun and whatever, or everything you do, and it's just annoying from I want to hear the other side too. What do you say about the Nathan Oakley show? And I know, I hope that you have watched the Nathan Oakley show. do you think he does the same and he wants people to go there for him to do the same? Because I don't think he's all sparkles, not even from me when I was sitting on the show as a panel member.
Yeah, well, he happens to come on a time in the morning where I'm at work, and it's a good time to listen. There's not much else on, so I will listen to it, but I would never share his show just because of the way he talks.
Right.
Yeah, there's no need to sit there and say "suck on my balls" or whatever. There's no need for that shit. Then
And
that
he,
makes him no better than Dick Dawson.
yeah, he's annoying because I mean he just don't let people explain themselves. When people really attempt to say something, he just actually physically mute them so he can say his piece. And it's not like you're not gonna hear somebody talking over him. He controls that what the audience hears, and so that sucks worse than somebody trying to talk over you and interrupting you. Fight the flat Earth. He doesn't mute people. If he mutes somebody like one time, it's because it's really really bad, but he actually interrupts the people and he doesn't mute them. Nathan Oakley interrupts people, but we don't hear that he interrupts people because he mute them before he talk. So yeah, fuck it, it's annoying, man.
Yeah, there's not much difference between muting him and not muting him when you're just simply over talking him and
Yeah,
not letting him answer. It's the same thing.
yeah, it's the same.
And but I do agree with a lot of what Oakley says. I just don't like how he does it.
Yeah, I same Fight the Flat Earth. I agree with almost everything he say. I just hate the way he approached things, and it's okay. It's what it is.
Oh, I just saw Paul. He said Oakley is polite and intelligent and well educated. Well, he sometimes can be polite, every once in a while. It's just not often.
Yeah. Now, I'm
Oh,
gonna
Sean Hawkins says, and you've criticized him for it. Yeah, I have.
yeah, let's
I'm
try it.
doing it
You know
right
what?
now.
Hey, I got a
I don't
link.
like it.
I got a link for Sean. I got a link here for Sean or anybody else. Let's give it a try. Today we got nobody else. It's just, I mean, I was here. I was just babbling. Thank you, Gary, that you came in, so I'm able to push it a little further and stay a little extra time because at least I'm not alone here. Buddy, if
Well,
Sean want to join and talk to you guys for a few minutes, yeah, I'm happy. I'll just sit back and let
if
you guys. I don't have to moderate because that's what we're talking about. The way we should approach a
if he could
conversation.
remain calm, I'm not get. If he starts
Exactly.
screaming, I'm just gonna leave. It's relaxing tonight because I'm by myself tonight. My wife just went to work about an hour ago. She is on the night shift right now at the hospital, so it's just me in the backyard.
That's cool. Do you hear a lot of sirens over there where you at every day? This is like every
Me,
hour,
yeah, I live it.
few times an
Yeah,
hour.
there's a lot of gang. It's a small town, but there's a lot of gang activity. We hear sirens all the time.
Is it a ghetto-ish area where you live, or is it not typical?
No, it's just a country town, but there's so much meth around these areas that
Right.
it's a problem. And then
Do you? Are there places that you call ghetto over there?
well, every town has places like that. But this overall town, I mean, I don't sit there and worry about anything. I can go to the store at night, and I'm not sitting there worried. If you're not in the gangs, it's not really a problem. But if you're in the gangs and you're in the meth stuff, yeah, then it can be a problem. But yeah, you got Fresno. You got areas of Fresno that are beautiful, and you got areas there that are you don't want to get caught in.
Yeah, everywhere is the same. Yeah, but sometimes people feel safer when you're not in the heart of a ghetto. Where just
Yeah, yeah.
very a lot of drugs and I don't know a lot of animosity against each other in the area. I don't like those places a
But
lot.
even
I don't care.
but even just
Yeah.
but even just like picking a place to get fueled up, right? For
Hmm.
put diesel in my pickup, I pick and choose which places I will stop because some are, you get some weird people in there.
Yeah, yeah, indeed, man.
But yeah, overall, I don't feel unsafe in my town.
Now,
I'm not in the drug activity, so it's not
that's
like a
good.
big deal.
Two of my experiences, I live in many places, but I live when I moved from Puerto Rico, I went to Ohio directly to Cleveland, Ohio. I lived 2 years there, and I lived uh in the Cleveland, Ohio, like really in the city. But that one street, it was like a ghetto, like black community, like the whole thing. But I lived in a second floor, and in the bottom floor, it was a it was a bar. but it was a Pinky's bar. It was a white people bar, like rednecks and Harley Davidsons, and they had a club of Harley Davidsons used to go there, and a lot of hillbillies, like I gotta call them, right? A lot of white people. So this
Hey, that's a
bar,
racist term.
right? This bar is in the middle of the ghetto, black people community. So across the street, I look, there's a convenience store that is run by black people, like big time, and they got all kinds of drugs and transactions. And then underneath me, there's a white people bar. Do you imagine how those 2 years were? That was fucking ridiculous. The fights and the yelling and the shit that was going on between the bar and the whole community and the convenience store, bro. That
That
was
was in
something,
Puerto
man.
Rico?
No, that was here in Ohio, in
Oh,
Cleveland,
at
Ohio.
Florida.
In
Oh,
Cleveland,
wow.
Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hear Florida can be pretty bad.
Florida is bad. Yeah, it's a lot of areas. So I lived over here in Florida a few years ago. I lived 2 years in a ghetto over here in Florida. Like it was a lot of black community. It was a
Wow.
handful of black white people in between, but it was a lot of black community. And then it was me, my wife, then my sister, my nephews and nieces. We lived together in the house. My sister with her husband, and my wife and me. We used the same house, so we were the only Puerto Ricans in the middle. But that was a really good experience. It was great. Black people like us Puerto Ricans. We were like in
Wow.
there, like, hey, what's up? You guys from the islands or whatever, you guys Caribbean Puerto Ricans, yeah, man, what's up? If you need anything, we got you. And we never mess with them. We told them like, no, we just here just to live our life and do our shit. You guys do your shit. As long as you don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you. And we were good, man. I liked those years in there.
Yeah. Now, where I live, I would say the whites are the minority. We have mostly Hispanic, and we actually have a pretty big black community for a small town. So,
Right.
um, but we all seem to get along for the most part. So, like I said, unless you're in the drug activity and stuff like that, you don't
Exactly.
really notice
Exactly.
it. So,
Yeah, there was a lot of yelling in the area and fighting, and we just sit in the porch and see the show. Just sit having smoke, just looking around the fights. We're not gonna mess with nobody.
no.
We were like close, like, whoa, careful with the car, don't you fuck, don't you get too close to the car. That's it, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Sí,
Are those your dogs? No, they don't sound like Chihuahuas.
No, that's our next doors. She got a big pit bull. She got a tiny, something like schnauzer or something like that. Schwitzer. She got a tiny dog, but she got a big pit bull. Pit bull is like
Oh, okay.
6 or 7 months old, so it's still a puppy, but it's big, man. It's really
Yeah.
cool dog.
We have my wife has two dogs that this is before we got married. They're rescue dogs, but they're both deaf, so I can yell, I can talk loud out here. They don't notice it.
Really.
The only time they bark is maybe when they see me in the afternoon before I feed them. So
Right. Over here, if I
otherwise,
open the door here, this one squeaks a little bit like, and they're gonna start barking. But they bark a little bit. I go like, shut. They hear my voice and they throw eyes here. So
hey, what's that one guy's name again? QZOPR1?
Kuzo.
Cuso.
Yeah.
He says another thing. He says that's why you're wrong, Gary. You align yourself with clowns like Oakley and Lemonbird. I don't think you've ever heard me bring up Oakley in here. I like Lemonbird though. I agree with a lot of what Lemonbird says. We have the same kind of views, and we came to it on our own. So
Mm,
he talks faster than I do.
yeah. Dude, now. After that comment, Kuso has a lot of wiseness and knowledge, but he types it in Spanish. Look at that last comment he typed. He said it's like a poem, like a Puerto Rican poem. So I'm gonna do the best I can with the translation. Uh, the land where the black and the white live in harmony. The land where the sun shines every day. The land where men, even absent, keeps loving, and the land where the bomba and aguinaldo, those are like I don't know, those are music styles, like old school music styles. That's Puerto Rico. Like in Puerto Rico is like one of the only places that there are blacks and whites and redheads and freckles and talls and shorts and fats and skinny. Like there's all kinds of races. Shout out to Lemon Bird.
Hey, how you doing?
What up?
Hey, Lemon.
Hey, hey. I was just saying, like that song, the La Bamba from like the 50s, I think it is.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I guess if we're talking about the shape of the Earth, I think Gary and I have similar ideas about how vision tends to lead to some zone of compression toward the level of the eye. So great
Yep.
minds in that way do think alike, gentlemen.
Once you see it, you can't not see it. That's what I feel like.
It
I
seems
used
like
to,
the
I
Globers
seen
are.
it. I seen it back in the day, but then I actually I it was something still my mind. I said like, but this can be, I don't know, it can be explained certain way, but it just doesn't match reality all the time. That's the
Sure, it
fact.
does. Jose, you got the zoom camera. When you zoom in and out, you literally are watching things. When you're zooming in, things are coming out from center, and when you're zooming backing off the zoom, they're all compressing back to center. You're seeing it happen. That's exactly how we see. It's the same
Well,
way.
I saw how Sean Hawkins was demolishing what I appeared to say about something below the eye level appearing to obstruct what's above the eye level. But I think that Mr. Hawkins and other Globers, you guys think of eye level as this perfect way to divide the top and bottom half of vision and everything not crossing this eye level barrier. The thing is, everything in vision, everything, the coin, even the eye level, has a lot of stuff smashed into it. So I would counter nothing goes above or below the eye level, sure, but so much information is crammed into the eye level that you can't tell what's above or below anything without a laser. That's what I would say. And if there's a wave in the foreground, perhaps it's obstructing what's in the background. Now, a wave that's below the level of the eyes could obstruct what's above the level of the eyes. I don't know about that. But this vision stuff is kind of much more complicated than we've been led to believe over the ball.
Yeah, I don't agree that, or you didn't really say that, and I don't agree that a wave that's lower than your eyesight can block anything, but other than something that's it's level with. But um, I do think everything compresses to that point where you just can't resolve it as separate, and it's just that it's just like a railroad track. You see that railroad track, they look like they're going towards each other, but there's that space in between. You just can't see anything in that space. If you were standing in between the rails at that point, nobody would see your feet right there because even though they don't meet, it just that what Lemon just said, the information is so crammed, your eye can't resolve it as separate images anymore.
But a zooming camera can resolve it
Well, then
sometimes.
because a zoom is just magnifying what you can't see with your own eyes. That's all. And
And
the
I
zoom
usually
has its
put up
limit
the
too.
point. And the thing
Yeah,
is,
it has its limit.
if any amount of zoom can bring it back, that's fallacious. Our eyes have limits and cameras have limits. And when you're too close to the surface, these angles are too compressed to make anything resolvable, even with the best optics.
But that
Absolutely.
isn't that your argument, Gary? That with your
Yes.
eyes you cannot see it, and then when you zoom in, you bring it back. You
Well, because
Lemon
no, no,
saying
no,
right
no,
now that you
no.
can
I didn't say you could bring it back.
you can see it. You
I
first you
said you
didn't see
can
it, and then
magnify
you see
what's
it.
in the angle. If it's within the angle, you can magnify what's in that angle. If the angle's too narrow, you can't resolve something that's past it at the bottom because it's compressed into that angle. Because the bottom, you're always going to be closer to the ground, and so that's gonna be the thing that dominates your eyesight at that point. Anything that past that point, the bottom starts becoming unresolvable because it just can't, the information can't register. It's
Yeah,
too
it's like I'm
compressed and
seeing
it's
this
past
thing.
that.
I can't really tell if it's a 2D object. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Okay, I can zoom past this supposed hump of Earth curvature, but a horizon is still forming. I'm past the power of this optic to magnify anything else, even over a flat plane. And
Yep.
so we've already peered through the hump of Earth curvature, but the globers have moved the goalpost and said, well, move the true horizon out further beyond the resolution power of the instrument and now declare it's a ball. Basically, they've essentially moved the goalpost at that point, and assumed that any amount of zoom can bring back what's over the flat plane. That may be a fallacious assumption.
And Paul's in the thing there, and he says when you're too close to the surface, the angles are too compressed. No, it's the angles are compressed where foreshortening occurs, and that's when your angle to those surfaces becomes too narrow. That information is compressed. You can't. It's in too small of a space. You can't see it. It's just the same with the railroad tracks, or you can see my videos where I show the roof with the different sections in the barn. And if you look, you just that information, even though all those spaces are equal, when you look towards the end of the barn, you can't even hardly see those spaces at all, if you can even see them,
But
because the angle's too compressed. It's foreshortened.
what about when you can see it?
Well, you
Like
can zoom in and you might see a little bit more information, but they're still compressed, and you just can't see it. Just like, okay, you know how you have some of these
like the
videos with,
people, like buildings and stuff. Those are very
well,
clear. Even
because
though
they're
you,
way,
if you keep magnifying, it's not going to change anything. The bottom of
no,
those
because they're
buildings
way
are not going
past,
to be fast.
because they're way past that central point of your vision. And so what you do on something like that, okay, you know, like you have some of these videos where you have the big boat, you can see the whole thing, and then the other
Yeah.
one looks like it's half behind.
Hmm.
Okay, the zoom makes it look like it's right behind that other ship, right? Because, but in reality, it's way past that point. And now that same ship, if somebody just simply sent the drone straight up in the air, the ship that looks like it's half down below and under the one in the front, that same ship will now appear above in your field of view, and the one in the foreground will actually drop lower. That's a parallax effect. It's just changing of angles. You got a wider angle, you're going to see further over the surface. It does it
And
every
also,
time.
and also, Jose, just like a 6 foot broom will reach a vanishing point, a 6 foot zone of air, vision, whatever, if you're 6 feet off the ground, will vanish too. So effectively, the horizon becomes the vanishing point for a 6 foot broom or a 6 foot block of vision.
Right. Even an airspace has an angular size, right? You can't see anything in it, but and so you don't have a reference point to notice it. But the fact is, it does have a space, and that space compresses just like everything else with distance.
Yeah, make the AOK symbol with your finger and your index and your thumb. Take it away from your eye, and the space between your fingers, that little circular space, is getting small, just like your fingers are getting small. So visual space appears to more or less obey the same rules as actual objects. If a 6 foot object vanishes, so will a 6 foot zone of visual space and anything within it. And that appears to be what the horizon is, a bunch of vanishing points distributed at the level of the eyes, more or less, to the left and the right and forward from the observer.
Yep.
I just
I have
can't
a.
keep up with you. I just can't keep up with you guys. But it's okay.
I know
I
exactly
do.
what Lemon's saying because we were saying the same thing. I'm going to be doing a video here. I was going to do it today, but my wife was home all day, so I didn't do it. And but I just drew a couple lines on a paper, parallel to each other, kind of close to each other, but there was a space between them. And then I did a couple more that had a little bit bigger space, and you could just see just by backing away from my camera from the paper, the ones that are more narrow compressed to each other. They look like one line very quickly. And then the ones with a little wider space, you just go a little farther back, and they start to look like they're one line. And
Well,
I was
I mean, I was just asking Jose what is it that he doesn't get about a 6 foot object disappearing just like a zone of 6 foot visual space. What's not to get about that?
I just cannot grasp. My mind cannot grasp. How am I gonna missing one of the Beeble's picture? I'm just thinking it's just the one stuck in my head that you are missing 10 stories of 5 stories of a 10-story building, the bottom, and you can see the water, and then just the rest of the building, and it's all nice and square. Nothing is compressed, and nothing
oh
is going
no,
to
it is.
change. It doesn't matter how close or far you are with the camera. Even if you are looking with your own eyes, you say like, what is that little dot and blob is there? You're going to magnify it and you're going to see what's going on. Nothing
Yeah,
is
that
gonna.
built.
The bottom of the building is no other explanation but behind the curvature. I mean, it's just I just cannot grasp and make sense of the explanations that you guys give.
Well, Jose, when we say press, well, we don't think like an accordion where you can actually see smushing and smashing on that level unless you look with some sort of refractive effect over the surface. But we're saying that the information is dropped. The eye can't represent this compressed angle symmetrically anymore, and it just drops the information. And we mean compression because everything goes toward the level of the eyes when you look down a hallway. Everything appears to approach the level of the eyes. The stuff above the level of the eyes appears to ramp down to that. The stuff below the level of the eyes appears to ramp up to that. That's all that we're saying.
But it wouldn't make any difference how close to the ground I am or how close to the roof or to the sides. If the object is missing certain part of it, it doesn't have to be because it's closer or further away, or it just doesn't have to be like that. Because I think in perspective, and yeah, I think there's atmospheric conditions, but I cannot. If I imagine hard enough, I can think what you're saying, but there's nothing in real life that tell me that is the go-to explanation. I just cannot picture
Yeah,
it. For me,
we
the
have enough
reality,
principles. Yeah,
just thinking about perspective and reality and my own perception, the way I interpret things, just doesn't work. Like something is going to disappear from the bottom up because it's too close to the ground. It just doesn't happen
but
in a
we
flat
have enough
surface.
principles to figure out what's going on here, Jose. A 6 foot object needs a vanishing point, and a 12 foot object is going to approach a vanishing point. Which vanishing point is going to be further, the one for the 6 foot object or the 12 foot object? Obviously, it's the one for the 12 foot object. So, for the 6 foot object or the 6 foot zone of vision, a vanishing point will be approached sooner. And for anything that's taller, like a 12 foot pole or a 12 foot zone of vision, or a 100 foot pole or a 100 foot object, 100 foot zone of vision, it's going to need to go out further for a true vanishing point. So, how does the eye deal with this? This 6 foot zone of vision compared from the level of the eyes down to the ground if you're 6 feet tall versus limitless vision from the level of the eyes up. It appears to compromise visually. A 6 foot horizon is reached in the foreground, and anything that's taller will search for a further vanishing point in the background. That appears to be why we have the horizon brought in closer by getting closer to the surface. You've compressed the visual zone. And by compressed, I mean made it shorter to the point where now in this visual zone, you can only afford to make a 2D image symmetrically 6 feet up and down from the level of the eyes. A horizon is going to form in the foreground. And anything taller than that, like a big 100-foot building, the sun or whatever, will tend to set in the background.
It will never go below that. It will just merge to that point, but it will never go below. The perspective is not that. That is not perspective. All my
It
life,
doesn't.
47 years of my life. I mean, let's say 40 because I learned about perspective when I was a little kid. Nothing goes below that point of convergence due to perspective. Nothing goes below it.
We
Absolutely, it
agree.
does. That's.
It's just a fake impression, Jose. Your eye drops the information because you're too close to the ground. That's all.
I agree with Lemon, and you can see it all the
Well,
time.
I mean, I hate to say you don't understand, so I'm not gonna say it. But perspective is not that. You guys are just making a new kind of perspective where things go below that convergence
Jose,
point, but that's not real perspective.
Jose, you've had ships that you couldn't see with your naked eye, and you zoomed in on them, right?
That has no, yeah, because they are too small for my eyes to see. It has nothing to do with the disappearance of them.
Right, right, and but that's the same thing with a ship that looks like it's half hidden. It's just
Yeah, it's
much
not.
further,
It's not the same
and
thing.
yet,
No,
but you zoom in and you'll see it start to pop up where you couldn't see it at all, right? With your naked eye, you'll see it start to pop up top first as you're zooming in, and then it
no.
just stops, right? Because you reached a limit of resolution for
No,
the.
because I don't look
Yes,
for that. I don't look for that point where the camera start, getting the little the little blocks and points together where it's time to make the image. I'm gonna look like I don't see it with my eyes. Let me zoom in, and then I'm zooming all the way. Now I can see it. Now in between that zoom in that you got going on, I don't play there because that's gonna give you a little tricks and a little artifact with the camera and all that kind of shit. I don't look at that. I look at what I see with my eye. I don't see the boat. Let me zoom in. Now I see the boat, but I still don't see the bottom of the boat. That's
right,
what I'm
right,
talking
right.
about.
But can you let me finish what I was just saying? Because I was almost done. But when you're zooming in, you'll see it start to pop up. You'll see more and more information as it's getting bigger, right? It's being more magnified as you're zooming in, and then it stops, right? Because you've reached the limit of your camera, your zoom. Your zoom has no more zoom to zoom in. It can't bring it magnified anymore for the focal length that you have. It's just, it stops. But then when you back off, you'll watch it all compress right back into that vanishing zone, and it just disappears again. Just like B-ball had that. You saw the video, and he's got a whole boat, and it just simply disappeared, and you could see the bottom becoming unresolvable at first, and just like all the other examples in that video too, the bottom became
Well, all we
unresolvable
can
for the
do
tops.
But all we can do, Jose, is point out inconsistency in the theory. You're basically saying that we don't get to, reinterpret these principles. But how is it consistent, Jose, to say that a 6 foot object disappears, but not a 6 foot zone of visual space from the level of the eyes down to the ground? If we consistently apply the principle, Jose, then obviously the 6 foot object vanishes, and the 6 foot zone of vision would vanish to a vanishing point, and from that point, it's easy to derive the horizon based off of a line, like the horizon line just being a bunch of infinite points extended to the left and the right and forward from the observer.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why B-Ball's boat disappeared when you backed off the zoom. You couldn't. He even admitted he couldn't see it. But then later, he went from not admitting he couldn't see it with his natural eye to saying it wasn't his footage. So I don't
Yeah,
know which one it is.
but
He
you hear
changed
me
his
what I
story.
say. But you hear me what I say when I explain, right? I mean, my point of view. If I going to set up on a shore on a beach to see these things in the distance, I say, all right, I know there's some shit over there all the way at the end. I don't see shit with my eyes. I don't see shit. Let me grab my camera and start zooming in. And when I start zooming in, I say, all right, there's stuff back there. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna just zoom in all the way and just record and come home and look at that between when I start seeing things until I see the full image. I'm not gonna analyze that middle part from where it becomes that I don't see it until I see it. I'm not going to analyze that part. I'm going to analyze what I don't. I'm going to analyze when it's all zoom in the object that I see in the distance. I'm not going to be just breaking down what is in between. That's what you do. There are the pixels as the camera zoom in, the artifacts that the camera creates when you zoom in, all that digitalization and all that shit. It's gonna give you some kind of weird effect. Now, when you are all zoom in and you got the magnification on, then analyze that footage. Then analyze what you got going on. I know with my eyes I'm not gonna see shit. I know when I zoom in from where I don't see nothing until I see all the way, it's gonna be some weird effects going on until I see the whole thing and it becomes an object that I didn't see before. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what I see when it's magnified, like the image we got going on here. That's a full image. Now, when I zoom out of this image, if I was there and I had a camera, I start zooming out, I still seeing less and less, and it's gonna start disappearing and getting blurred, and I can make out any explanation on why it's happening. But I'm not gonna do that.
Well,
I'm interested in this image on screen right now when it's all zoom in.
well, the thing is,
But you know
Jose,
where I'm coming from. I got it really quick. You know where I'm coming from. I mean, I don't. I know you don't agree with that because that's your go-to. The convergence from I don't see it until I see it. That's your go-to. That middle part. That's the part I
Well,
don't want to
okay.
see.
Let me give another example that's real
Yeah.
quick. Okay, I have just a 40 zoom. I got a Nikon B500. That's all. I never got the 900. I didn't see it as necessary because I already figured it out in my mind. But if I zoom in and let's say there's something in the distance and it just starts to pop up, and as far as I'm concerned with my 40 times zoom, it's like, okay, is it half hidden? But then if I have the Nikon P900 or 1000, it's got much more magnification, and I can literally a lot of times see the whole thing depending on how far away it is. It has to do with distance and elevation over the surface. If your angle is too low to the ground, you're going to have that limit at center frame. It's simply a limit. You cannot overcome that limit at the
And
ground.
it is
Yeah.
because the Earth is a sphere and there's curvature
No,
effect
no,
involved going on.
no. This is like when you zoom in. How much detail can you see on the surface before you zoom in at that distance? It just looks smooth, right? But then you start to zoom in and you see more and more surface detail for further out, right? Because you're magnifying. You increase the focal
And then
length.
when
You
you're fully
decrease your
magnified, when you
Right,
fully
because you
magnify,
decrease
then
your
what?
field of
Yeah.
view, so it's magnified all that image into it's just a small field of view now, because it limits your field of view when you increase the focal length by zooming in, and so now it just magnifies that whole image. Is now all the pixel space in your camera is centered on that, so you got more pixel space to record information that you couldn't see with your eyes, and
But
you
you
couldn't
still,
see.
but you're still not gonna see the bottom of the objects when they're disappeared, when they're
If they're
gone, right?
no, if they're too far for the angle, you can only magnify what's within the angle. Now, if you
What
raise your
angle?
angle,
Is that
the
perspective
angle over
then?
the surface, your angle over the surface, because it increases your angle to the surface.
But that has
Like
nothing to do
and
with perspective. Nothing to
no,
do.
sure it does. Let's say
No,
I'm
it
standing on
doesn't.
the
It don't.
ground.
I
Yes, it
understand
does.
perspective, and that's not the way it works,
Okay,
brother.
here I'm going to give you a quick example again, if you let me. Okay, let's say I'm just standing here on the ground. I point 45-degree angle right in front of me on the ground. Right now, let's say I go 100 feet up in the air, just straight up. that 45-degree angle is going to cover a lot more territory, isn't it? It's not going to be right there in front of my feet. It's going to be way out farther, right? It's going to cover more distance, and that's what an increase in elevation does. It increases your angle to the surface. So you're going to be able to see more detail, and if you have the zoom on top of that, you're going to see a lot more. That's why I said you can have a ship in the background that looks like it's half hidden, and the one in the foreground they look like they're right next to each other practically, and when you're zooming in because it compresses everything up towards you. But you can have the one in the front completely visible, the one in the back look like it's half hidden. But if you increase your elevation, that one that's in the back will actually end up higher in the frame of your picture, and the one in the front will actually go lower in the frame of your picture, and you'll see the horizon beyond the second ship. Because it is a flat surface, you just have to increase elevation. That's all, and it's a parallax effect. Because the one in the foreground is going to change at a quicker rate. I have a video that shows this stuff. It's the one in the foreground because it's much closer. By changing that elevation, it's going to drop in your field of view, and the one in the back is going to lift. You're going to see it higher in the frame. This happens every time. You can see it when people have drones that go straight up. You can see it happening all the time.
But listen, what you say in between the statement. You say because it's a flat surface, even though that's the point that we're trying to get.
Oh, I can say it'll do the same thing over a big round surface.
Let me try.
But how many times have I had people say to me, "It
Let me try to
can't
say what I was
happen
going
on
to
a
say. Man.
flat surface"? Sorry,
Let me try to get to that.
I'll mute.
In between, it's because there's a flat surface. That's what we're trying to test, and that's the claim that you're making. Even though all the what we got on screen and what we can throw evidence for is about the showing the effects of the curvature. With most of them, because we got the atmosphere, just show the refraction and the atmospheric. Everything points to the globe, and it's due to the curvature. All these effects of the objects missing bottom up. Now your claim is that it's because it's a flat plane, even though what we got on screen is pointing that it's a globe.
But Jose,
You or Lemon, go ahead.
Jose, this is why I snapped at Ali K, because what he said smacked of hypocrisy if he was trying to imply that flatties say it's flat because it looks flat. But what are you guys saying with pictures like this? It looks obstructed, and by logical extension must be a curve that's causing the obstruction. You guys are making the same claim, and you're not checking it with a laser or something that goes straight and true over the land to the target, be it the eyes or the target. So at that point, it's just hypocritical to criticize flatties for having no evidence or something like that and just saying it is flat because it looks flat, when essentially you're saying with this that it looks obstructed and is obstructed over a ball. You need to check your assumption with a laser. And we see things like visual compression, where you get closer to the surface and stuff over the flat surface in the distance appears to meld with the surface and appear to be cut off bottom up. We demonstrate the concept over and over again. And so we have enough here to go with something flat based off of the demonstrated concept from Life is Short and other people.
The laser, Lemberg. We can go back to the laser just really quick because it's very well known for centuries and generation after generation of studies of light behavior. We got Snell's law. When the light bends, when it go from a medium to another, you just do a hard bend. And or Fermat's principle is the behavior of light in the same medium going through different density layers and stuff. We live in an atmospheric Earth, and it doesn't matter how you shoot a laser over water, the light is gonna do all kinds of weird shit because it's gonna behave differently with the Fermat's principle and all that kind of shit. I cannot trust on a laser test because light bends towards the denser medium, and we got all kinds of different density mediums along the path of what we're watching it.
But the problem with that, Jose, is Snell's law is demonstrated with something going from like glass to air to glass or something like that. Between the
I mentioned it. Fermat's. Mention Fermat's principle. Mention Fermat's principle. I know Snell's law doesn't apply, but Fermat's.
You just interrupted me, Jose, and I'm not done. Air is a uniform medium, so you'd be applying the principle incorrectly there. What were you saying, Jose? I'm so sorry.
Right. Yeah, that's Snell's law. I mentioned it because it's a very well known behavior. A light behaves via Snell's law. But how about the Fermat's principle? Fermat's principle apply here.
How would Fermat's principle apply here?
Fermat's principle is the way the light behaves. The way the light behaves going through different density layers. the light bends toward the denser medium. Fermat's principle dictates the light behaves differently when it goes via different density layers. The light bends. It doesn't have to be a hard layer, air versus water, or going through a glass. That's Snell's law. Fermat's principle is in the same atmosphere. It doesn't have to go through a hard, different medium. In the same medium, it just changed because of the density layers that we live in.
Then why don't we just see infinitely over a globe? If you're saying that the thicker air layers are always going to be toward the ground, then shouldn't we be able to see, over the globe at any distance? At that point, these tests are trivial if you're going to say that light is just going to automatically bend down toward the denser medium toward the ground. That makes your claims trivial and meaningless. How can we tell the difference between seeing too far over a globe or seeing too far over a flat surface if any amount of refraction and strange principles are going to be invoked? At that point, it's just meaningless.
Then what we need to do is study more about Fermat's principles, look into all the tests and experiments that have been done through the centuries on light that is very well understood, and us ourselves do our own test. I'm not going to do my own test on light. I can study what they have told me to, but I understand the studies that have been made that's the way the behavior works, So I'm okay with accepting that that's the behavior of light, because if I do it, I'm going to come to the same conclusion.
I don't know, Jose. As far as I can tell, they take a laser which is shaped light. Light isn't in that shape to twist like that or to bend like a Milky Way sugar water experiment. That's a huge fallacy. Assuming that light is similar enough for the laser in these refraction experiments and sugar water experiments is just very, very suspicious. And then on top of that, you say that light is similar enough to behave like that laser for Snell's law and Fermat's principle, but then you ignore the laser light, which appears to be traveling straight and true over the flat plane, while saying that our regular view of this picture or whatever that appears to show obstruction appears to be a straight and true rendition of reality that isn't curved or warped or distorted like the laser in your refraction principle. That's very contradictory to say out of one side of your mouth that light, just like the light in the laser or ambient light, is straight enough and good enough to show this obstruction and by a logical extension the globe. It's just inconsistent, and because of the inconsistent application of the principles, I don't care who the hell is pushing this stuff. I don't care if they're a degree tenured professor, a professional, or whatever. I'm going to call out inconsistency in the narrative and call out bullshit.
Hundreds of years of studies into this topic, and tests and experiments.
Hundreds of years means people can be wrong, just like the Catholic Church or any institution that becomes corrupt.
Yeah, all right. Let's give Master Khalid the chance to jump in. What's up, man? Good to hear you.
How you doing, Jose?
Good.
Hey, I got a question for Gary. I asked Lemon this months ago. Lemon already answered the question. Hey, Gary, if the Earth was a sphere, would these things disappear bottom first like we see on the screen?
Sure.
Okay. So we see the things disappearing bottom first. That's evidence of a sphere. Why do you reject it?
Because I can provide all the evidence that it doesn't do that because of curvature. It's just simply angles. It's very simple. It's very simple perspective. See, can you actually admit that things can disappear bottom first without a curve? Because I showed it in my video.
No,
you can see all these ships disappearing bottom first in my video.
No, I don't.
Without it, and they're not. There's no curve. They were zoomed in on them, so nothing was hidden. As from a zoom camera, the zoom was zoomed in on them. You could see the whole thing. When they backed off the zoom, you could watch the bottom literally disappearing bottom first.
Nah, that's not true.
Well, there was no curve, and you can deny it all you want, but I have it in my video. A lot of you guys have seen it.
All right,
you can't deny that that's what happens. Of course, you'll make every manner of excuse why it does so.
Okay, Greg, hold on. But
you have nothing to do with curve, that's for sure.
Okay, but you already admitted that if the Earth was a sphere, that this would happen. We would see this.
Not like what we see it, though. It would be different.
Oh,
of course it would disappear. If a car goes over a hill in front of me when I'm going up to the mountains, a car goes over the hill in front of me, yes, it disappears bottom first.
Yeah, we're not talking about a car and a hill. We're talking about the Earth.
Okay, well, it's the same thing. You're just going to have a hill or a hump, whatever you want to call it.
All right. Well, I'm glad you admit that if the Earth was a sphere, things would disappear bottom up.
I've said that I've said that numerous times.
Mr.
But the
Khalid,
fact is, you have to admit, though, that there's a possibility that you can, and I demonstrated it, that you can actually watch things disappear bottom first without a curve. Just like you can watch a car.
That's like saying if it was raining outside, we'd expect the ground to be wet. The ground is wet outside, therefore it rains.
Right.
It could have been a flood. It could have been somebody washing their car. It could have been other things that we're not considering when we beg the question like that. So we're saying that there's another thing here that we haven't considered. Compressed viewing angle that leads to a similar effect. So at that point, saying a hump of Earth curvature would be the only thing that we would beg the question and expect to cause this is just not satisfactory at that point.
Hey, Lemon, I love how you try to just come up with anything. You ain't Gary. Y'all try to come up with all of these different scenarios and all of these different excuses when it's
Except
just
for the reality.
It's just plain and simple that these things are obstructed by the curve of the Earth. Thank you.
Oh, there's lots of things that become unresolvable bottom first with no curve at all. Happens all the time.
Hey guys, let's try to continue for a minute or two.
Can I just add one more thing?
But I need to say this like now because I need to go and take a piss. So I'm gonna be away for 2 minutes. But let's try to be fair. Talk a little bit.
Okay, can I just add? You know what? I forgot what we were talking about.
Go ahead and take it, Riley, Jose.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Okay, just a simple thing of a car driving away from you on a road. If you just pull over to the side and watch one time, the first thing that you won't be able to resolve as a separate image will be the tires with no curve at all. It's just simply the angle becomes too narrow. That space between the bumper and the road compresses too much, just like the whole car is compressing. You don't, just like when it first drives away, you can see the license plate, and then it gets a little further, you can't read the numbers anymore. After a little bit longer, you can't even tell where it's at. So all those things compress, and that includes the space below the bumper and the road, and that the tires will be the first thing that become unresolvable while you can still see the top of the car.
Bullshit.
No curve. This happen. You can watch it tomorrow if you want when you're driving down the road. You can watch this every day. I see it all the time.
Yeah, you see the curve right now on the screen too, don't you?
We see compressed viewing angle. You're too close to the surface.
They'll never get that limit. They can't comprehend it. It's beyond them.
I like you. You
Gary.
Limit. I really like when you say when you admitted that you will make up anything just to deny the globe. I loved it when you said that.
I loved it when you said that you'd make up anything to get us to go with the establishment bullshit, or rather, should I say, bullshit.
I've never said that.
So if ballers lied first, then flatties are forgivable if they happen to be trying to figure this stuff out too and happen to have a whopper or two. During an exploration.
That you will make up something to deny the globe. You admitted that. So
you admitted in so many terms that you would go make up anything for the establishment, but I'm talking over you. What were you saying?
No, we don't have to. I don't have to make up anything. It's right there on the screen. The curve is right there on the screen. All the evidence is with the globe, but I know you're going to reject it and deny it. You already admitted that, so it don't matter.
Well, the Globers did it first, and also that horizon is flat, Master Khalid. You want me to just murder my senses and say that it's a ball because of the authority of NASA and other CGI barrel distorted liars. I'm not going to do that. Their authority is not submitted to because they're not consistent. And when you have an inconsistent authority, why should you submit to them?
I never said such a thing.
Yeah. What's inconsistent, Lemon?
The inconsistency is you say that this shows a ball curvature when the laser tests are pointing away from curvature.
Yeah, I haven't seen a legitimate laser test yet that indicated flatness to me.
Actually, I just watched one this morning. It was 16 miles, I believe, over a lake. They could see the laser from the other side.
Was that
they were both close to the water. No,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen any of FE Core's stuff. I have seen, this was what's his name? Oh gosh, I can't remember what his YouTube channel is. If I named his name, you would know it.
Hey Howard, did you hear Gary just admit that if the Earth was a sphere, things would disappear bottom up, just like we see on the screen?
Yeah, I did, and that's interesting.
No, actually, I didn't say just like it would do on the screen.
Did you hear the question and made a critical logical fallacy? Did you hear about that? That was kind of sad.
What's that? I heard that admission, and that was a great admission. Thank you, Gary.
I've said the same thing. If something was curved, it would disappear bottom first, but not like what we see on a flat surface disappearing by angular compression.
Hashtag.
Simply. You can hashtag me all you want. It doesn't change my story at all.
But Master Khalik, you
But
don't just get to beg the question. We've shown another way for this to occur. So you need to investigate that so you're not just begging the question.
No,
no,
you
you,
did.
you
Again,
haven't. You haven't shown it. You haven't shown it. You've said a lot of stuff, but I've not seen
I
anyone
showed it.
demonstrate this.
I
I
showed
mean,
it.
you do with
Watch
the
my
rubber bands, the nails, or the
no.
yarn.
Watch my video. Watch my video with the ships disappearing bottom first. I showed how a simple change of elevation compressed all the information into a very small space compared to when the guy was 15 meters above the water, and that was from critical. I used clips from you guys, B-ball, a clip from B-ball, a clip from
Oh, those are
Wolfie, and a clip from Critical Think. All showing, or two clips from Critical Think, all showing the same thing. Simply by backing off the zoom or changing your elevation, you compress angles. When you go lower, you compress that angle at your horizon, and it compresses the information to a point where you just can't resolve it. The
can
water's going to take precedence because it's closer to you and you're closer to the ground.
can I
Just like
can
Lemon
I
says.
can I give a proper shout out to everybody on YouTube watching? Thank you for being here. I know it's a Saturday night. I know it's a if everybody's with their families and watching fights and watching sports and all that shit. And I thank you all for being here. But I want to say a big thank you to the man, a troll god. Is Howard Moore is the biggest member of the channel. He got the big package being the man. Thank you, Howard, for your support. I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's the flowers and mayos.
Yeah, man. Thank you for real. Yeah, we got memberships.
Well,
Like it's good, a few dollars a month. I mean, like $3. A lot of people, super chat $5, $10, all the way around, a few times. So just consider, throwing the $3 or $10 to become a member of the channel. And you get a little bit of perks. You get all kinds of goodies around and some extra emojis. So support by doing so, and don't forget to also, support anywhere you can. I
Hey,
really
Jose, I
appreciate
gotta
it.
leave. I gotta leave.
Go
Thanks
ahead,
for
Master.
having me
Yeah,
on.
make your point so you can get out of here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I want everybody to know I appreciate Gary for admitting that if the Earth was a sphere, things would disappear bottom up. Thanks, Gary. That's a hashtag. Peace.
Yeah, that's fine. But I didn't say the
Peace,
Earth is
brother.
a ball, and that's why things are doing that. That's your
well,
little
he gets
thing.
to beg the question. So, I mean, if you're an imaginative, you can beg the question in many ways and act like there's not other alternatives. But begging the question, we need to justify begging the question toward a ball. The horizon's flat. And this principle has been demonstrated by you, Raichi, T Brain, Life is Short, and others. And we see it with the rainbow. The rainbow is a hula hoop bow that is suspended above the ground, above the ground. But when you get close to the ground, the viewing angle is compressed and it takes on the aspects of an arch, similar to the bow of the sun, moon, and stars, too. So it looks like this principle is being very consistently applied. I don't see the Globers applying consistent principles here.
Hey, that does apply to the stars and everything you see too. It's all perspective.
Uh, Howard, how does that make you feel when I say that you got the biggest package? That's weird. I didn't catch myself when I say that. I'm sorry. How do I
Yeah,
know that?
yeah, I felt a little strange about that, but I knew what you meant.
I mean, when objects approach a vanishing point, obviously shorter objects like the 6 foot broom are going to disappear into the vanishing point quicker than something like 12 feet, 100 feet, 1,000 feet. But you would put these objects up in series away from you from 6 to 12 to 100 to 1,000 feet or whatever, and they would line up at the vanishing point. But obviously, something shorter in the foreground is blocking what is bigger in the background. It's the same with the horizon. The horizon, like the coin in front of the car, is obstructing huge amounts of stuff beyond, even though it is not really physically obstructed. It's the same principle. So the question is, are we applying principles consistently or inconsistently? I see the flatties as applying the principles of compressed visual angle consistently to explain why the horizon is forming and cutting off stuff bottom first over a flat plane.
Boom. He meant to say boom at the end of that statement, right, Lemon?
Boom.
Well,
Howard, now it's you versus Lemon and Gary, Howard. How about now? Damn.
oh no. Well, I mean, my argument's always just a matter of practicality, and I see things disappearing bottom up out in the distance as it moves away, just simply due to the geometry of the surface. I don't have to invoke all these strange ideas about angles of light and compression and all that stuff. It just disappears because of the geometry.
But the
The, ge-
horizon
the,
is
geom-
flat.
the geometry of narrow angles and how your eyes can resolve within those narrow angles in the distance. They become increasingly narrow. You just simply can't see. And you have two things dominating how you see things. You have the angles from the objects subtended to your eyes in your field of view, and you have the angles in your field of view that all move towards center frame as they go away.
Yeah.
They're
The
two
horizon
separate things.
Go ahead, Lemon.
Go ahead.
the horizon rises up toward the level of the eyes, Howard. We only see that over a flat table. If you're at the top of a ball, you see the ball drop away immediately. It does not accompany the eyes by ramping up with the eyes as you rise up higher and higher over the. You see that with a flat surface. And so, yet again, this is an inconsistent principle to try to somehow marry flat Earth perspective, where the surface appears to ramp up toward the level of the eyes, to a ball which would drop away immediately. That's just not consistent.
Yeah, but I mean, when you consider the size of the Earth, you wouldn't expect it to fall off like you were standing on a ball. I mean, and it's been demonstrated by many people that the horizon does actually drop below eye level, especially with increased altitude. The horizons in the heads-up display on planes and such as that, and usually it's calculable. They drops
If
like 4
if you
degrees at 35,000 feet, something like that.
If you look with your natural eye, that horizon is always at your eye level. It's right underneath it, but so close
No,
you can't resolve it as separate. With your natural eye, you're looking at when you look at these screens, they give kind of a zoomed in type view. They don't. It's not the way you naturally see. That horizon is always going to be right there at your eye level, basically.
no,
It doesn't
no.
reach it because it's not possible because you can't draw a 90-degree angle to a flat surface.
Yeah,
But that space in the distance is so narrow you can't tell.
but I've got this diopter app, and it checks that your phone is level according to the gravitational effect you're under, and it shoots the crosshair out in the distance, and the horizon on flat ground is never at the eye line. It's always below the crosshairs on the diopter app, and that's supposed to be shooting a horizontal line from your wherever you're at.
I got a quick question for Lemon Bird over here. Have you ever seen a rainbow from underneath in a straight line? It's a physical and optical impossibility.
Rainbow extends over a great distance. So with you being under the rainbow close to the ground, you're not going to be able to see too far over the flat plane. Eventually, about 3 to 6 miles away, a horizon will form, and if the rainbow extends well beyond that boundary, it's going to tend to set and take on a bow aspect. But I've never been under a rainbow. No, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't think that has been ever recorded on a straight line like rainbow, straight like that.
I mean, the main thing is if you're too close to the ground, your visual scene compresses very quickly. As these visual angles go out from your eye like a big triangle pie slice, the pie slice gets bigger and bigger and bigger. More optical information is crammed into this visual space, and the same objects of the same size that appeared bigger close to you will appear smaller and smaller and smaller, crammed into bigger and bigger visual space. This is not symmetric or even from the level of the eyes up or the level of the eyes down if you're close to the ground. If you're close to the ground, you're only 6 feet off of the ground. So your bottom part of your vision will try to expand desperately, but reach this barrier of 6 feet that's in the way. The ground will ramp up, and the bottom part of your vision basically bounces, just bottoms out, and it looks like a line. It's the same when you get close to the wall or the ceiling. The same principle applies. If you're too close to the surface, the part of your visual scene that is trying to expand into that surface is going to be cut off, and you're going to get a line. And so with the asymmetrical pairing of the top and bottom half of vision, with the top half expanding exponentially out and just taking more and more optical information, but the bottom bottoming out, you're going to get a horizon line.
Yeah, I would imagine the horizon, and I've thought a lot about this. There's been a lot of talk about it. if Earth were a flat extended plane, I would expect never to see a horizon. I would expect that the ground, if I was over, water or say out in the desert, I would expect that the ground would sort of rise to eye level and just sort of blend in to the air and the atmosphere, without any distinctive line between the air and the ground.
But that's not what we see with the tree line. The trees, when they're close to you, look like separate green, light green, dark green patches where you can more or less differentiate the different trees. But as you look at a forest full of trees in the distance, they tend to blend into each other and take on more the aspect of a hard line. And so, wouldn't you expect everything on the surface and everything sticking out of the surface to take on the aspect of a hard line, similar to the sky? Everything in the sky would eventually blend in color wise and tend to become a hard line, one would assume, since everything in those zones would eventually just smash together, don't you think? And how can you blend the top and bottom half of your vision when we appear to see a pretty marked division looking down a hallway? The stuff above the level of the eyes ramps down, the stuff below ramps up. And this rule appears to be more or less followed. You'd have to break the rule for the top and bottom to blend into each other. So, yet again, I have to ask you, are you using consistent principles about this?
Well, the thing is, we've got some pretty powerful cameras now, and you could see that a boat that has been obstructed, or the windmills, for instance, that have been obstructed, where there's obstruction almost to the hub of the blades. The blades look like they're dipping halfway into the water. And no matter how far you zoom in on them, you're never going to see the part that's obstructed. I mean, because it's a physical obstruction.
They're too far for the angle. It's that simple. The angle's too narrow. You're too close to the surface for something that far away. You don't have a sufficient angle. The ground rises up first.
Can you do you see my screen share? You or Lemon? John Rapp is asking a question here. How does the viewing angle of an adjacent surface, the Earth's, affect vertical surface? The ship.
Oh, I saw that earlier. I wanted to answer it.
Effectively 80 degrees to your sight lines.
Yeah, no, if it's 90 degrees, yeah, it's just going to be a dot, right? But if you look anywhere up that vertical surface, your angles start to change. If you look down below your eye level, the angles change, right? They start to foreshorten. The longer you look along the length of anything, whether it's vertical or horizontal or whatever, the longer you look down, the narrower the angles we're going to get. If you look to the side,
we're looking along a big chessboard, gentlemen. And just like with the chessboard, where the squares appear to just merge together, if you're far enough away from the chessboard, the surface and everything popping out of it is no different. And the eye represents the 2D flat squares of the chessboard below the level of the eye, saying no different than a 3D object like the ship and its hull sticking up out of the surface in a 3D world. You can see that the eye represents 2D and 3D more or less the same way when we look at realistic 3D drawing. When we look at a movie, for Christ's sake, we're looking at more or less a 2D surface, but it takes on such realistic representation, we can tell no difference between 2D and 3D. And so since the chessboard is showing us this 2D principle of compression, the 3D world is no different based off of those principles. Eventually, everything just like with the chessboard and the ship's hull, the same principles apply.
Just like the waves if you're at the ocean, you're looking out, you're looking at the horizon. It forms a flat line because it comes to a point in your field of view where it's center frame, or like where the bottom squishes up towards eye level and the top squishes down towards eye level. And what will happen is that the waves that are close to you look big, but as waves in the distance they start to look smaller and smaller. The spaces between them looks smaller and smaller because it's all compressing. And then your angle over them becomes increasingly narrow to the point where you can no longer resolve or identify a wave in the background from the one in the foreground at that point. It simply will then become a line. It's foreshortened. It's foreshortened where you cannot resolve any more detail on the surface unless you zoom in and magnify that.
Yeah, you guys have heard the argument of there cannot be a horizon on a flat Earth. I have heard that. I've been thinking and
that's silly.
I know that's silly because if we are in a flat plane, there's going to be a sky above. It's going to be a down below. But you know what? it's true. There cannot be a horizon like we see, like a hard line, like the boat building that I was sharing earlier. That's what you should see when it's not a flat earth, when it's a curved surface. We see a divider, a hard line. Now, I found one. If there was a flat plane, a flat plane, who know how far it is, this is what you should see. I actually found this
Well,
gift, and it caught my attention because there is no horizon here, and this is what you should see. It will just keep going so infinitely. It will not gonna be a divider because it wouldn't stop. You're gonna have the sky, you're gonna have the ground, but there is no horizon on a flat plane. This is
That,
what you should see.
that looks just like what I was trying to describe earlier.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
That's
You know what?
fog, but
You
that
say
doesn't
you
really
you
make
see
sense.
so many horizons in your ball that are so blurry that we can't tell what's going on either. So it
Yeah,
goes.
but
Your model doesn't fit that either. I'm sorry to tell you.
we
Your
see
model
many
doesn't
of
always
them.
have a crisp. There's not always a crisp, clear horizon. It depends on atmosphere. It depends on your angle to the surface. If it's close, you're going to see it more of a hard line. If it's farther away, it becomes a little more difficult to tell exactly where it is. How many times do we watch you guys analyze these pictures and everybody's trying to decide where the horizon line is? They're like looking and looking. They're zooming in on their picture, trying to figure it out because it's not crisp and clear. Sometimes when you're high above and it's way out there, that line starts to blur.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
but it,
basically seeing in 2D. I mean, it's like vision is a big chessboard, gentlemen, for 2D representation purposes. 3D objects are no different than the 2D square off of the chessboard. And so, for all intents and purposes, visually, you can treat that ship, that white ship disappearing in the distance, like a square in a chessboard that's going off in the distance, except the chessboard is huge, with huge 50-foot pieces that are extending, and ramping downward toward the horizon. The chessboard in the bottom of the water would have like 6-foot chessboard pieces, but that ship needs a bigger chessboard to accommodate 50-foot pieces. And the
Yeah,
50-foot
Howard.
chessboard is going away and ramping downward in the distance, while the 6-foot chessboard with the smaller 6-foot pieces is ramping upward. It's the same thing.
That's right.
yeah,
It's your Howard. Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, he was talking. Gary was talking about obscurity and how everything. I mean, like the image on screen. That's a clear, crisp horizon. There's a boat that's close to us. We can see all of, but there's apparently a boat off in the distance. I would say probably 10 miles. That you can't see the boat. You can see the load and the towers,
Hey,
but the
is this
boat's.
B-Ball's boat?
I don't know.
Hold on, Gary. Let's hear Howard. He's saying understand it.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything looks copacetic. There's a clear horizon, and there's obvious obstruction.
The problem with
Is
that,
this
gentlemen, is the bigger chessboard in the top of your vision with that boat taking on 2D architecture, just like a 50-foot chessboard with a 50-foot piece in it. That bigger chessboard is going to need a vanishing point that's further away than what the eye can accommodate. And so it will go past the horizon, which forms in the foreground, for a 6-foot, chessboard, say that goes 3 to 6 miles away, up and down from the level of the eyes. It would need to go out further than what your vision can accommodate and set behind the horizon that forms in the foreground. And so we have some different principles here to explain why stuff disappears over a flat plane. Get higher, get a wider angle, and you can see what, quote unquote, went behind the curvature of the earth.
Howard, if you want to answer that, if not, Leslie's on key over there.
All I will say is, Lemon, whether you're right or wrong, you've got an argument that's polished like chrome.
After
He's
5
right.
6
Lemon's
years
right.
of dealing with Globers, it becomes second nature. But I'm not going to wait for elites that can be myopic and short-sighted, or experts which can miss the ball, to answer this for me. I have a mind. I'm consistent. I love the truth. I can find the truth. And I have Jesus, the spirit of truth. I have God. He can guide me. He can, lead me into all truth, even with this, upon prayer or whatever. We don't need to wait for elites to tell us what to think and spoon feed globe dogma into our heads and stuff like that. We can think about this in a different way.
Thank you, thank you. And right now on screen, for the audience, to have something in the background relation to what we're talking about. Lubo in China, the video is Horizon Debunks the Flat Earth. Thank you, Lubo, for letting me play this. I'll share the link in the YouTube chat box. Leo, what do you have, bro? What's up?
I was going to say in that last picture, if the water is level or at zero altitude all across the lake, what makes it appear to rise and cause things on the other side of it that are not level to the surface of the earth appear underneath it, appear to drop underneath?
Can I give you a quick way to figure it out?
I just want an answer. I want your answer. I don't want you to have me figure it out.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you how it works, and you can actually do this very easily. Just point to the ground down below you. Now point to the ground farther away. Which way does your arm go? It goes up towards eye level, right? That's why the distance gets placed at center frame like that. It's the angles to the eye. It's really simple.
I just did it right underneath me and to the edge of my bedroom, and I'm still pointing down. The amount I'm pointing down.
Okay, well, you're in a little small space, but if you were outside with a wide open view and you were going to point at the surface up towards where you would see the horizon, where's your arm going to go? You're pointing at the surface.
It's still going to be pointing down. The amount of pointing down is going to change.
The amount of pointing down is going to be basically to the point where you can't tell if you are.
You're basically saying it's rising up to the level of the eyes, Leo, if it's pointing down low. So it looks like everything.
How can a level surface of water that's 0 feet appear to rise up high enough to cover a building 300 feet high?
Those are because they're compressed into the angle, which is and they're much further. They're way past that horizon vanishing zone area.
How much is
that's going to dominate your vision because it's the closer angle to you.
How much is much further?
I don't know. It's much further. Just like that boat in the picture a minute ago. You saw the boat you could see, and then the boat that looked like it was half hidden.
Saying much further doesn't mean anything because much further than a mile could be a mile and a half or 12 miles or 28 miles. How much is much further?
It depends on the size of your thing and what you're looking at. Everything is different every time.
A building appearing to be half of it being underwater. How much is much further?
It wouldn't take that much farther, depending on how high you are above the ground.
No, you're not
close to the ground. It'll happen much closer. If you're higher above the ground, it'll be much further.
Specific question of how far is much further, and you're just
okay. Well, every instance, because you're not listening, every situation has a different limit. If you're close to the ground, that limit's going to be closer, and then things are going to start squishing into that vanishing zone. You just can't pick it up anymore. It's too narrow of an angle, and the ground cannot go any higher in your vision. And so in other words, it's going to dominate. It's going to dominate your field of view at that point.
For example,
like this picture right here. Like this picture right here. This is B-balls, I believe. The one that I showed disappearing bottom first by backing off the zoom. Okay, this ship in the background looks like it's right next to it almost, huh?
No, it doesn't.
Because the picture is two-dimensional, it looks like it's like right behind it. In reality, it's way past it. You're below the top of the first ship, which is going to give a parallax effect. Yes, and so you're not as high as that front ship, so it's going to have a parallax effect because you're like looking at a higher angle to that which is closer by than the ship that's much further. It's going to drop towards that vanishing zone.
So say like I'm 3 miles up in the air.
You'll see that second ship. You'll see the bottom, and it'll be way up high in your field of view compared to the front ship.
You're actually going to be looking down a lot further if you're 3 miles.
I know, but that ship in the background will actually lift up. You can actually move further away from this ship and make that back ship. Listen. If you can move much further away and make that back ship pop up, but you have to elevate also at the same time. You can move farther back and elevate, and that ship in the background will pop up and be towards the center of your frame. The bottom ship will look like it's climbing up the hill. No, it's a flat surface. No, if it was curvature over the earth, it wouldn't do that.
So it's not that they would. It's not that. It just
angles of perspective. It's just simple angles of perspective.
Let's let Howard first, and then you, Howard.
That was robot, I think.
Go ahead, Howard.
No, I was just saying it's not that the surface is curved; it just looks like it is.
It's your interpretation of what
Is that
reality
right?
is, except for it's not yours, isn't reality. Ours is compression in the angle. You simply got a limited angle at the surface because you're closer to the surface, and
No,
you're lower
Yeah.
than the ship in the foreground. The one in the background is way further, so it's way diminished in angular size. In reality, without the zoom, you can't even see this front boat.
so Gary, a thought experiment right here. A thought experiment, really quick. If we keep going further away and further away, let's say we're standing right here, we keep going further away, but keeping the same height. We just keep going further away.
Well,
This
they would
boat,
both compress.
wait. If we keep going further away, this boat in the back is going to disappear more and more from the bottom of it. It's going to, the horizon is going to appear to raise, and this one is no. The horizon is going to appear to raise. This one is going to keep dropping. These things are going to keep dropping, and this is going to disappear from the bottom up. And this
Yes.
one will start doing it too. This one will start dropping and dropping and dropping.
Yes, and that's
it's
why
going
I
to
said
disappear
if
from the bottom up, and it's not
I
going to
said,
be. And it is, I'm almost done. And it is
sorry.
not gonna be, it is not an effect of perspective. Because if it was just an effect of perspective, the only thing we will see the further away we go, or the further away we push these objects, is the objects gonna appear to keep getting smaller and smaller uniformly. It's not gonna disappear more from the left or from the right or from the top or from the bottom. They will appear to get smaller uniformly because that is what perspective dictates, and that is reality. I am done now. Thank you.
Okay, so now take that line on that front ship that's just under those letters or window or whatever that is. There's a space below that, right? Now you got all the space above that. You saw it in the video because this is B-Ball's boat in that video that I did. That I took a clip from this, and he backed off the zoom. And the first thing you couldn't see was that bottom of that below that stripe, that compressed. The whole boat compresses, but that bottom compressed where you couldn't resolve it as separate from the water before the whole top did.
Leal, you want to say something? There's just a handful of people here. Let's not raise the hand. If you got an opportunity, then
Yeah, I'm
jump
gonna
in.
stay
But
for 5 minutes.
don't do the hand raise. Fucking A, if he talking about hand raise. Let's try Effie Dogma first because he haven't spoken. If you want to say something, and then you, Leal.
It's going to lose. My thought's going to be lost.
Hold on, Leal.
Gary's
Hold
going
on,
to
Leal.
leave.
Hold on, Leal. I think I heard Effie Dogma super
Set
low.
up properly?
Super low, brother. Super low.
Okay, let me adjust. I had a problem because it sounded too low, so I'll come back after I
That's
adjust
good.
it.
That is good.
Right
I
now?
hear you fine.
Yes.
I hear you fine.
Okay, first of all, to Gary, yes, when we zoom out, the bottom of the hole is probably going to blend in to the surface of the water. But that's never been the argument. The argument has always been when you're looking in at a zoomed in object, it is the bottom of the hole that is missing. So that's
Yeah,
really a
because it's
straw
much
man when you say that.
because it's much further, which makes the whole ship much smaller actually in your field of view, right? It changes angular size, and it's in that wedge. It just simply can't be seen at the bottom. It's compressed just like the bottom of this first one compresses when you back off the zoom. Same thing.
Yeah, but
It's just
again,
much
that's
further.
never been the argument. No glober has ever come up.
No,
and
you're
said,
asking
"This
you're,
ship,
you're
when I
asking
zoom
why
out,
you can't see the
can
bottom
you
of the
let
other
me
one.
finish? Can you let me finish? No glober has ever had a zoomed in shot of a boat and then said, look, when I zoom out, it appears that the bottom of the boat is missing. That's never been the argument.
They deny it does it. That's the point. At least you admitted it just now that it will. All the other ones do. They give every manner of excuse.
Well, the main problem, gentlemen, is the asymmetric pairing, the uneven pairing of the top and bottom half of vision. The
Yes.
top half of vision is trying to expand to take in more and more visual information with bigger and bigger objects compressed into a bigger and bigger angle. The bottom doesn't have that luxury. It only has 6 feet if you're 6 feet tall, if your eye's 6 feet off of the ground. So it's compressed very quickly. That's problem number one. So when you're looking at that ship, 6 feet above and below the level of the eyes is going to compress into a horizon line, and anything taller will just step beyond. So that's problem number one. You also have the second problem, gentlemen. The second problem The eye only gives a 2D representation if it has an angle packet in the top and an angle packet in the bottom that can represent the object symmetrically with the length of the object in that angle packet. So if you have 10 degrees of vision from the level of the eye up, expanding into, say, a 5 mile space that can't pair with a 10-degree of vision from the level of the eye down that is expanding into the floor, no 2D representation. You have a blind spot, gentlemen, and the eye simply drops the image. The eye, the camera, whatever, it's not going to represent anything if there is no possibility of at least symmetrical representation. And with the top expanding while the bottom compresses, those conditions aren't there. And third, Jose, you said an object would disappear evenly from all sides. That only applies if you have equal room from all sides of the vanishing point, Jose. And that's impossible if 6 feet of the object is from the level of the eyes down and 100, 1,000, 3,000 feet of the object is from the level of the eyes up. The conditions are not there for even disappearance like you're saying. So a
Yes,
horizon is going to
exactly.
form and it's going to disappear bottom up.
Okay.
Are you done?
Exactly.
Hold on. And
Are
that
you
is
done?
no 1 second. And that is totally incorrect because perspective dictates the further the object is from you. If you're drawing 1 point perspective, the object is gonna appear to get smaller and it's gonna start to disappear uniformly. If I am drawing, I'm never gonna draw something disappearing from the bottom up. Same applies to reality. It's all based on reality. In reality, if you are seeing a flat surface, an object will never disappear from the bottom up because perspective it doesn't work like that. You guys keep saying. That's what I'm saying. Is some kind of a new kind of perspective that you guys are saying. You're changing the laws of optics here.
Take that mountain in the picture right there. Sorry.
You don't have equal room
Go
at
ahead,
the
Lemon.
vanishing point of the object, Jose. The vanishing point of the object is where your eye level intersects the object in a perpendicular fashion. That's where the vanishing point of the object is, Jose. So if you don't have equal room up, down, left, and right from that vanishing point, the conditions that you're talking about for idealized perspective don't apply. These will disappear bottom first over a flat plane. You got to get higher to get more even coverage. Sorry.
If we take this mountain on screen, right now we're seeing this from really close, a control image. We see the complete mountain and a little bit of trees right here, and then the water. And if this was a flat plane, what we will see here is all the way at the end a tiny bit. Maybe we see the tree line, very thin line, and then we'll see the full mountain over it, the full mountain. This why in the fuck is this disappear from the bottom up? Because the floor appeared to ramp up in perspective and everything on it also full amount of the objects on it will also appear to ramp up. That is perspective.
Can I add some information on this?
Go ahead, you first, Dogma, and then I know Gary gonna want to say something at 11.
Well, I grew up in Seattle. This is Mount Rainier. I'm very familiar with that mountain. Now look at the photograph on the left-hand side, and on the left flank, you see a peak on the side of the mountain. That is Little Tahoma. That peak is 11,000 feet tall. Mount Rainier is just over 14,000 feet tall. So that means on the picture on the right, we can definitely see the top 3,000 feet of the mountain, but the bottom 11,000 feet is missing. Now, someone please explain how I can resolve 3,000 feet of that mountain, but I can't resolve 11,000 feet of that mountain.
If you can resolve any part of the mountain, you can resolve any part of the mountain that's at a wide enough viewing angle for you to resolve it over the surface. Anything close to the level of the eyes, where everything can merge, will become unresolved. And they have to get higher.
Sorry, but the bottom 11,000 feet is a lot wider than the top 3,000 feet. And that's a fact. Because the base
doesn't make sense, Lemonbird. I could see 3,000
to be larger than the top peak of the mountain. Always.
You make angles
where the mountain peak is larger than the base.
You make angles from the level of the eyes up and down.
No, we're talking about the size of the mountain, angular size of the mountain.
So, Lemon, what is bigger, 3,000 feet or 11,000 feet?
11,000 feet.
And what? It's almost what, almost 4 times as big?
But the angle up and down from the level of the ice is smaller. So angle
What do you mean
packets
the angle from up and down the level of
from
the
the
ice?
level up and down from the up and down from the level of the ice have a much narrower angle.
Well, here's the deal. If you're claiming that the horizon rises up to eye level, why doesn't the surface of that land beyond the horizon also rise up to eye level?
Yeah.
If it's only
No,
the horizon,
know what?
if it's only the horizon that
Hold
rises
on,
to eye level,
hold on,
why can't we see more than
Yeah.
3,000 feet of the mountain? Because
hold on.
the rest of the
Lemon,
mountain should be above eye level.
Lemon wanted to answer that question about the horizon rising to eye level and the surface is not rising to eye level. Lemon, you want to answer that?
The surface, as long as it's below you, will appear to rise up toward the level of the ice. As far as I can tell, that's what's happening. As long as you're above the surface, it will ramp up toward the level of the ice.
I was thinking, I just got this came to my mind, right? Now, in this image right here, right? So this one, because I am close 6 foot above let's say 6 foot, and I'm looking at this mountain right here, and you say this disappearance bottom up is because of the water is really close to my eyes and the sky is really far from my eyes. So let's say I throw a roof over my head, a 7 foot tall. So now the roof is going to be really short, really closer to my eyes, and then from the eyes to my feet to the bottom of the mountain is going to be a bigger space, right? So that means that in the right image, I should be able to see the bottom of the mountain, and then the top of the mountain will be cut all the way because of a physical obstruction over my head. It's not going to be because of any optical illusion. It's going to be because of a physical ceiling over my head. It's going to cut through the mountain, but the bottom will be seen completely. Is that what you say, Lemon?
You would only be able to see to the foreground. You only have 6 and 7 feet of visual space, so more than likely you just see to the water and further.
But I should be able to see the bottom.
Appears to have compressed more or less into the foreground. So you wouldn't hardly see the mountain at all because that part of the mountain that covers 6 plus 7 or 13 feet has already compressed well into the surface. You'd probably be able to see the foreground, but not to the background, not until you get a better, wider visual angle. So
I should be able to see the bottom of the mountain.
Yes, you should be able to, Jose.
Yeah, because my eyes to the top will be closer together, so it will get I don't know what kind of optical effect, because it's going to be a physical effect. A hard line, invisible line, is going to cut the top of the mountain, but the bottom of the mountain will be all visible because it's further from my eyes to the ground.
That information is already compressed, Jose. You're trying to see that the 13 feet at the bottom of the mountain is already compressed. So you'd be looking to the land in the foreground unless you aim up and at a wide enough angle to clear this zone of compressed bushing optically to see further up the mountain at a wider angle.
It's caused the mountain to shrink. I mean, you're looking at the image on the right. Your eye level is striking that mountain up near the top, Lemon. How are you explaining that?
No, that's not your eye level. That's the level at the top of the trees. You're looking at an angle up, and so that front edge of the trees is going to be, that's going to make it look like that.
There's no trees.
Those trees are those trees. Those trees, yes, they are. They're just look. Yes, look at the water and look at the trees. They're compressed, right? They're there in both images,
I don't see this house is compressed. I don't see
because you can't see it at that far one. On the far one, on the left one, you can see it. The other one's much further. It's 55
this one
versus
is probably
130
by the
miles.
curvature. Oh, this is a boat, like a ramp. This probably
No, you're not going to see that house at 130 miles, Jose.
This is not a
55 miles is the picture on the left is from 55 miles.
Yes,
the picture from the right is 130 miles.
Okay, and
you have an angle. You're under the level of those trees.
You're gonna listen.
You're under the level of those trees.
This what the thought experiment I did. I made a number that I'm 6 foot over the water, but I know this is not 6 foot over the water. This is a lot higher than 6 foot over the water.
No, it isn't.
Those are two separate bodies of water. The photo on the left is taken at Lake Washington, which is on the east side of the city of Seattle.
And
the photo on the right is taken
and it's not
from
6 foot over the water.
From Victoria, Canada, and that body of water is the Straits of Juan de Fuca.
and they're all trees in that foreground and towards center, towards the bottom of the mountain. That's a tree line. That's not even a ground line. That's a tree line. You can see
Well,
it.
there is a tree
And
line
I grew
on
up.
the photo on the
I
right.
grew up there too. I grew up there. I lived up there for a good chunk of my life.
Well, good. Then how do you explain 11,000 feet of the mountain we can't see? 11,000 feet, and yet I can
Because
easily,
it's
I can,
compressed, it's
I
far
just
away, and you got to
wait,
look up over the tree line,
wait.
which is going to cut off a huge chunk of the bottom.
How would that little tree line cut off 11,000 feet of the mountain when I can clearly see 3,000 feet above the tree line?
Because you're looking at an angle upward. You're below the tops of those trees. If you, I have it all around me. I have orchards all around me. They grow almonds everywhere over here. You literally can't. The front edge of those trees will look like a horizon line. We have so many trees, it looks like a horizon line, but they're not the horizon line at all. They're just an edge.
I know, and look how thin that tree line is.
When you look up,
there's some rocks, there's some water above the rocks, and then there's a very thin line of trees, which is much smaller than the 3,000 feet we see, yet 11,000 feet of that mountain is below the horizon, and you can't figure this out.
And you're still no. I've explained it perfectly. You're looking at an angle upwards from the tree edge at the front.
I need to get here. Damn it.
Hey, I gotta go.
Hey, thank you, Gary. I appreciate
it. It was fun.
Right. Because I wanted to say hello to Huey that haven't been in a show in a while, and Terry. I wanted to give him a shout out, and Lel didn't speak a lot. Howard didn't speak a lot. It is what it is. I just want to say hello. If you want to say something, Huey, or Terry, floor is yours. No, I'm about to get out of here very shortly. That's why I'm giving you a chance.
Yeah, I've got to run too. I got to go eat lunch, and then I've got an appointment later. So,
hey, thank you for coming, man. I know it's late, and I'm glad that you were able to speak for a minute at least. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for letting me on again. So hopefully if you do it at this time, I'm awake. Usually I'm asleep when you're on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it, at least, every other week, try to do a night show like this for you guys.
Okay, well, thanks again. I'm gonna head out. Take care.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot, man.
Jose, the point I wanted to make is if I'm standing at the same exact spot as when I rise up, let's say 300 feet, I'm not moving backwards, I'm just going straight up.
Yeah.
But yet I can see more of that ship or more of the mountain.
Yeah, because Gary said because something about the angle of view of smooshification.
Well, no, he kept on saying, well, when you move back and go up in altitude, what if I don't move back? What if I stay at the same position but go upward instead of moving backwards? Because he keeps on saying moving backwards and upwards, but equally proportional. If you move back and up, you're going to end up moving away from it, which is going to cause it to appear to sink.
Well, if you get higher, Leo, you get a wider angle. You make angles from the level of the eye up and down. And so you would get a wider angle to the object up and down from the level of the eye, which is based on elevation.
So,
Hold on, Lel. But the evidence is here. Trillian called Citizen 9 a sovereign Citizen 9. And Citizen 9 took a screenshot just in case. So now he's on screen right now just in case. Boom. Go ahead.
Well, basically, gentlemen, everything visually. What were you saying, Leo?
So here's the deal. If the deck of the boat is 50 feet above the water, so it's a pretty large boat, and I'm 50 feet, at least 50 feet above the deck of the boat, and it's far enough away that deck looks like it's underwater. But then I rise another 50 feet and I can see below that. How is the top of my eye line being affected by that? Doesn't make any sense because I'm still looking down at the boat.
Well, you got higher, so you got a wider angle. But so the distribution of the object up and down from the level of the eyes is different.
When you say up, I'm looking down at the boat, not up.
Okay. It will merge into the surface and appear to disappear as it goes toward the horizon. It will merge into the surface.
But if I'm staying right at the beach edge and the horizon is, let's say, 3 miles, and I rise up enough that I can see the boat, the entirety of the boat, and then as the boat moves away, it moves to a point where now I can only see just the deck and above the deck. And I'm looking downward, not upward. Has nothing to do with my eye line up because I'm looking straight down at an angle of, let's say, 32 degrees. Why is that boat disappearing if I have an angle downward at 32 degrees and it stays at
Because
32
when
degrees?
because when things go away and change their aspects due to perspective, aka transform, this transformation doesn't happen evenly throughout all parts of the object. The part that's closer to the surface will, as it gets away from you, will appear to merge with the surface, and it will appear to just merge into the surface, be it the ceiling, the wall, or the floor. It's just the way things transform when they go away due to perspective. They don't transform evenly on all sides, depending on how it's shaped, how high above the surface it is, how it's angled relative to the surface. You're still going to have similar phenomena.
Can I give a quick shout out? Can I give a quick shout out to Jomongus? Jomongus sent me $10 on PayPal, and this is the note he left. Best show ever. Jomongus, thank you for your support. Lel,
Thank you, Jumongus.
yeah, we learned something new. Jomongus, Jomongus have a speed dial on his cell phone, and you are the first number on his speed dial. He say earlier, Leo, we need Leo here, and you showed up instantly after he said that. So I think you guys get a direct line contact. Shout out to Jomongus. Thank you for the 10,
Wait,
brother.
does that mean it's kind of like when he says Lael, it's like everyone else who says lemon bird, lemon bird, lemon bird,
Yeah,
and lemon bird goes up?
the summon is real. The summoning is real.
Why doesn't he try Farmer's Boy?
I don't know, man. He's late. He's sleeping. It doesn't work when somebody's sleeping. The summon part.
He's too far in the infernal dimensions to be heard. I think the whistle only works for the first and second level of hell.
Dude, I thought I was gonna do like 1 hour show. It's been like 3 hours and 21 minutes. You guys see what I did? Right. What I did was in my main PC, right inside the room. Let me stop sharing. In the main PC inside the room right here, I got set up, but I got two Google Meets open. One Google Meet is what we're seeing on the screen, all this stuff. And I open a second Google Meet and I put it in the second monitor. So I'm sharing Streamlabs. This is the settings that I have. So Streamlabs, I got it over here. And over here, I know if we get the notifications, we got the time, the live in the top right. It says live. And I can see in real time over here in Google Meets what is being shared for YouTube. So if I get a notification of the computer needs to restart, I'm gonna see it right here in real time, and I can run and get it. Because before I was waiting, I couldn't see this. So I think I'm gonna use this setting for at least for my end, so I can see the Streamlabs working, if it's dropping frames, if the stream stopped or something like that. I don't know, it's something cool. And the audience don't need to see it. I mean, the audience still see it, kind of small in the corner, but it's all good. It's weird. Just trying to find loopholes for me to try to get the show looking okay for the audience.
You are the loophole.
Yes.
That and the frogs.
Do you see the frogs, man? Do you see the frogs? They spent the night on Squeaky Earth last night, bro. Look at that. They
They
actually
probably spend there every night, right?
No. They
No?
done.
Is Baby Frog gonna ever grow
Look at
up?
that. Yeah, Baby Frog. No, he's just a baby. He was just born 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
4 days ago. And
So in a year, he'll
the
be
lazy
bigger?
eye frog. The lazy eye frog. This
Me and
little
him have
bar is
something in
helping.
common.
yeah, this body's helping him on the crookedness of the eye because he said like, no, the eye look lower and look crooked because of this bar right here. That's what he's saying. But he actually does have a lazy eye. Shh.
Yeah. Other people in chat may get offended at that.
It's true.
I won't mention names, but he's talking right now.
Let's get out of here, man. I gotta go. He's like really like I gotta.
Howard's very tired. We gotta go.
Oh, Howard is awesome, man. Howard. So it's gonna be a day that you're gonna come in the show, and I'm gonna give you a few minutes. You're gonna describe what the first drawing that you want will be, and then the second one. But just take your time, and if you got something in mind, it doesn't have to be anything crazy or weird. It's whatever you want, whatever you need, and I'll do my best, to do a good job with.
Well, I've already got something in mind. I really liked your drawing of Einstein, and then I kind of thought, well, what if you could find some imagery of like Aristotle and some of the people we talk about from history, and sort of do 4 or 5 different faces on one drawing.
Nice. I like the idea. You know what? I'll come up with an idea. People, big names on scientific breakthroughs, and where we are on. Like this is. So you want a collage of a couple faces of the giants that we are standing on. Pretty much right. We're standing in the shoulder of giants, and Einstein is one of the giants on history. Okay, I got you.
Absolutely, you got it.
I'll do a little kind of sketch, a little mock-up, and I'll send it to you. You let me know if it's cool with you. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Cool beans.
I like it. I like the idea. Let's get a round of final thoughts. I didn't even hear Huey or Terry. It's fair. They're probably just listening, chilling in the background. But Lemonbird, I want to thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. It got a little crazy, a little rowdy, but it wasn't too bad, Thank you for talking to me earlier, and Gary. It was just the 3 of us in the beginning. Do some final thoughts, and let's get out of here.
I think compressed viewing angle cuts off objects bottom up over a flat plane. If you're looking for a 6-foot visual space, you can only have symmetrical representation 6 up and down from the level of the eye, upright and forms in the foreground, and anything tall in the background has to set. Simple.
Thank you very much, Lemon. I appreciate that. I really do. Gary Webbing, are you there for proper final thoughts?
Sorry, I was washing dishes before I went to bed. No, I had fun.
That was fun. Yeah, thank you also, for coming in and not leaving me alone for over an hour there. Appreciate it.
All your guys abandoned you.
I know, man. Yeah, I came in late. It was like at the last minute, and it's all good. It is what it is.
So the flat earthers rescued the show?
Yeah, indeed you did. Indeed you did. Yes.
Hey, you have a good night.
Yeah, and I know I mentioned earlier, the UFC Ultimate Fighting is on. I couldn't pay ESPN2. I used to have it, ESPN Sports, ESPN2 or whatever. I couldn't pay no more, so I've been missing a few. I'll try to find it tomorrow somewhere and watch it.
I'll watch the highlights.
Yeah. All right. Howard Moore, wrap it up. Let's get some final thoughts on.
Yeah, I was not able to come on earlier, but yeah, we do appreciate Gary and Lemon. The argument wouldn't be what it is without them. Thanks, Jose.
Thank you very much, and again, thank you for your support, man. Huey and Rolf, you got some final thoughts for us?
Hey, Jose. Thanks for coming in my time zone again. I've got nothing to add to the content that was I missed most of it anyway, but it's all been said before, so I've got nothing to add to that. But I will mention what MC Toon is doing. Have you heard about his challenge?
I saw the upload. I saw a title, an upload about a challenge, but I don't know what it is. I haven't watched it.
Basically, what he's doing is he's testing the claim that celestial navigation using a sextant works only with flat Earth geometry. So what he's done is he's put 10 grand on the table, and that's held in SQ. So he's not holding the money; he's giving that to someone else to hold. There's 10 grand up for grabs if you can solve a navigational problem he's going to issue, but you must use flat Earth geometry. So Gary and Lemon, go for it. Fill your boots. 10 grand up for grabs.
There you go. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to participate, but it wasn't.
And it's very specific terms. You have to show all your calculations, and you must only use flat Earth geometry. It's all very. It's all sound. It's all legit.
All is good, brother. All is good. Good to see you again, man. And glad that you found. Glad you found my new channel again. New channel back.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that was a damn shame what happened to your old channel.
Fucking A, man. Yeah.
That was so fucked up.
Yeah. We're back in business. You know, we're still missing a handful of people, of the older viewers. I know there's a bunch of people that don't even know what's going on. They used to come in 1 or twice a week, and I stopped doing shows. They probably say like, yeah, Jose is tired and it's done. They don't even know that we got a new channel going, but they'll show up little by little.
They'll find their way home.
Yeah. All right, Howard, are you out of your mind? Do you lost your mind? That's what Blue is asking when you say Gary and Lemon were cool today.
How do you ever catch flack for that? Yeah.
Shout out to Blue in the chat. And Terry Davis, thank you for coming. Give us your final thoughts, even though you didn't speak, but you heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, I heard a little bit. I always get surprised how they try to explain these things that are missing from the bottom up in the terminologies they use. I just get completely brain puzzled. It's like as if I need an interpreter just to understand what they mean. You can't get in their mind of what they're trying to say. It's always hard that way. I know I got here a bit late and I only just caught the last bit of that Mount Rainier and all that. So, and I don't usually drop in your shows at this time of day because it hasn't been on for much. So this is a good time for me. It's only 3:45 in the afternoon, so I'm still wide awake, and these guys are ready to go to bed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, indeed. It's almost midnight. It's 9 minutes till midnight for me. Fucking A. It's like,
yeah, and I miss Gary in the side chat over on my live shows when he's texting, so I haven't had a chance to talk to Gary again yet. And I know Huey. I haven't seen Huey for a while. He's in at basically my time zone.
You're looking out, guys. Yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah, you guys can stay. I really gonna drop. I'm gonna wrap it up and drop it, but you guys can stay as long as you want here in the Google Meets. Thank you very much to all the audience, everybody watching, and a bunch of people is gonna watch this recorded, hopefully, because a lot of people is busy today. They don't even know there's a show going. They're out of YouTube. They go like, "Whoa, Jose did a long show last night." So for those watching, don't forget to leave a like. Or leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you thought about the late night festivities and support however you want. Check on the links in the description box. There's a membership link now. You can become a member, support the channel, and have some extra perks with it. Thank you very much for everybody's support. We got a bunch of members. I gotta do a quick proper shout out. Today, the membership I got activated, and then we got a bunch of people supporting big time. We have over here in no particular order: Bandit, Howard Moore, Carl Christopherson, Marcus Dresden, Brad Wagner, Ben the Light, Farmer's Boy, Earth is Life, RT96, Martin Parabindu, Dora Nku, Citizen 9, and Mr. Victories Radio. 14 members in one day, in a few hours. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Sleep well, have fun during the day. I'm gonna share the link if anybody want to come in the Google Meets. I'll let you guys in. I just gotta run, so if I leave you waiting for a few seconds, try to rejoin because I'm gonna be in the main PC shutting it down. I'll be back in 1 minute. Good night, everybody. Jose JG say boom.
Good night, Jose.
Good night, guys.
Boom.
Boom.